Alright. I think it's live. I'd like to hope it's live. I'd like to hope that OBS stops dropping all the damn frames, but you know, I can't get what I want now, can I? Alrighty, it's been a hot second since we covered any PvP. I think it's been about a week. Just because after two 24-hour streams within a month of each other, and then I decided, hey, why don't I open a bunch of 12:30 p.m. op slots? Yeah, I did a really great job about a month and a half ago. I freed up about, I want to say 800 or 900 gigs of storage space. And I didn't do a good job of maintaining that. And this week, I realized it took me 1 month, two 24-hour streams, and doubling up on my Zeus ops to realize, oh, I don't have any drive space. So I've been busting my ass, especially yesterday, because between that and the mod set being borked because of a CDLC requirement I didn't notice and all this other crazy shit, I've just spent a lot of time the past 24 hours editing, freed up about 300 gigs, made about, like, what, 4 or 5 new videos for the main channel, starting to get some of those processed to then front log, because I haven't missed a day yet. We just went from 2 to 3 days on that channel, and then the VODS channel is also pretty well forwarded. I just have to keep cutting things down. But anyway, this weekend is going to have a lot of streaming. Starting with right now, Friday, we're not going to be ending until about 11, and it's about 3:10 right now.
Here we go again. Glad to catch you live.
Cater, thanks for the 8-month resub, buddy. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Oh, I just realized we don't have our Plinko. Oh, crap. All right. No, that's good. That's good, because there's going to be a break between F&F and the next stream by like 30 minutes usually. But, all right, let me go over what we're doing today. So first off, F&F, all 3 rounds. That'll take us till 6:30. 7 o'clock, we're going to be doing a Zeus op to out Pizza the Hut as a Little Caesars. It's probably going to be one of the dumbest ops I have ever done in a hot second, but you know what? It's going to be literally just a build yourself up rags to riches style scenario with a surprise at the end as we try to defeat. We don't have any Little Caesars in Arma 3. It's called Little Cheesers, and I don't have a Pizza Hut group, so I took from the Cox Hut bonus content mod. They've got a pizza group in there, but it's going to be a very ammo-hungry op. So you can't just, like, spray and pray. You gotta, like, really rely on the ammo you get. We're gonna be trading pizza for kills. And then as soon as that op ends, we're gonna jump into DayZ. We're gonna get back on the Namalsk server. I'm gonna actually try to get myself a little forward, make a bit of forward progress there. That'll be going till about a hard cutoff at 11, but I'll start trying to wrap it up at 10:30. So, yeah. And then if you type ! schedule, you'll see that we've got a lot of stuff planned for tomorrow and Sunday. By no fault of my own, this scenario has turned into a bit of a, or not this weekend, not the scenario, but yeah, this weekend has turned into a little bit of a very heavy Vietnam weekend. There's 2 major events. There's one at 10 a.m. tomorrow, and then there's one at 1 p.m. tomorrow. The first is Lantan, and then the second one is a monthly Mike Force thing, so that's interesting. I didn't expect that all to play out the way it did, but, I mean, here we are. Otherwise, Gondor, good day to you too. How you doing, buddy? Angel, how you doing? Spooky, always great to see you. Az, thank you for your work and all the other moderators' work last night. Sorry it was a bit of a false alarm, but, you know, when 2 bots come in back-to-back, I think there's going to be more, but thankfully there wasn't. And then, Rack and Neko, VGR, Dreadnought. Hope you're all doing A-okay. A lot of streaming today. We're going to be ending with some fun DayZ. I got to make sure that our menu has the Plinko board, though, because if you type !menu right now, I think the Plinko board just still moved to that other menu that just slowly had all the Plinko menus. I want to move it back to that other one, but I adjusted prices. We'll see how things go. But yeah, there's still a lot of things I need to do. I spent yesterday doing, like, 90% of the small tasks I needed to do that have been backlogged for like 3 weeks. And then there's still like a bunch of small tasks I need to do, which I want to try to do after all the streaming. I gotta go log into a place so I can then go sign an NDA. That's one of them, and the other two I have somewhere. I just can't remember on the top of my head. One's working back and forth with a potentially new editor and just giving them some trial stuff to work with for some short content. And then one is just trying to get some mission stuff sorted between Krosk, who is the Zeus of Project Tension, because I want him to start running stuff in my community.
This is what happens when I take a break from Twitch.
Oh. I feel that, Gondorian. Thanks for the 4-month resub, buddy. I can't wait to work. Oh, by the way, it's going to be a no-go on the Flood Emus. They're working on another project, which I can't talk about, and it's taking a lot more time than they thought, and that doesn't leave them enough time to work on what I would want them to work on. Also, because I didn't fund them for that project, they got it from somewhere else, so they're, you know, just working with various different things, so it's like, oh. Your ISP recycled your IP from UK to Luxembourg? Oof. And then they gave you an IP in Delaware? That's just pain. That's pain, because I know you're British. I don't know why they'd give you an IP in the United States. I mean, there's pros and cons to that, but... Ugh. Oh, well. Oh, well. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and go over Friday Night Fights. That is a volcano. Oh. Particles, no. Anyway. Man. Yes, Devil, I saw it. I forgot to reply. No, I'm not playing on the Pal World server anymore, which sucks because I like it, but I don't have the time. And I don't think I'm going to have the time for a hot second, unfortunately, but, you know, we'll work with what we got. But anyway. Let's go ahead and go over the brief, and then we'll set everything up. First off, we do have to get your prediction up. I'm so sorry for dragging my feet. I've just been incredibly damn busy. But that's no excuse. You guys know I will just end up working to death for you guys. Let's see. I think Blue 4 is defending and Green 4 is attacking. Don't know why I capitalized that part, but F it, we'll go with it. And that is some Blue 4, and that is some Op 4. Or, excuse me, Green 4. Blah. Anyway, let's go over the mission details here. So the task for Blue 4 is to defend 3 sectors. Green 4 is to capture all 3 sectors. Green 4 wins when they capture all 3 sectors. Blue 4 wins if they hold at least 1 sector till the timer. Or one side completely wipes the other. They win by default. That's FNF rules briefing for this. Mission details, kilometer of render distance, 100 fortified points for the defenders. Fortify color is going to be green, so green sandbags, green Hescos, all that. And then your standard 50-minute round of Friday Night Fights. Background, a volcano is about to burst. Most civilians are evacuated. The Dutch military with its helicopters and ships are doing a last call where all personnel and last evacuees will leave the island. The Dutch general says that Green 4 may have evacuated with the Dutch if they surrender and lay down their arms. Will Green 4 comply to the demands, or will they find another way off this island? Interesting. Mission rules: do not fortify the roof or ships. Gotcha. So rooftops or ships. Otherwise, Blue 4 is going to be your Dutch army. So we have M16A, I believe, 3s with 203 systems, Scar H's for the marksmen, Mini-Me's for the auto riflemen, the light machine gunners, and the rifle squads, AT4s for their light anti-tank, and then FN Mags for their medium machine guns in Delta. Otherwise, they have a single RHIB transport and then multiple rubber dinghies. Otherwise, Green 4 is going to be insurgent generic kits. We got AK-74s, M76s for the marksmen, PKMs for the... oh my gosh, auto riflemen, RPGs for the light anti-tank with 2 warheads, AK-74s with GP-25 grenade launcher systems. They also have FN Mags for their medium machine gunners. Looking at the roster here, T is going to be commanding Blue 4, Fawn's leading out with Tom's, Pupper, Salt, Bursty, Tilsiter, Snodger Parrot, Meerkat, and Murphy. Bravo being led by Bates with Muffin Prine as the marksman and Norris as the medic. Bravo 1 has France Marciet, I believe, Harrington and Montgomery. Bravo 2 has Nekomata and Rolling Eagle. Charlie being led by Nemesis with Katz as the marksman. Atomic as the medic. Cullis being in Charlie 1 with Dream, Yanni, Perriton, Malin, and Dobbs. Charlie 2 has Grab, Lurch, Eric, and Mito. Delta has Patriot leading Finney, Mike, and Kabubi Face, who are in Delta 1, but that's just a medium machine gun team. Anyway, Depso leading the charge for Green 4 with Batty as the platoon medic. NASA leading Alpha with Wonder as the marksman, Kremet as the medic, and Cuboid as a 2IC with that GL. Interesting. Cheeseburger leading Alpha 1 with Ivnomain, Lolo, and Zixme. Alpha 2 has Zamil, Orn, Evelos, and Bees. Kiri and Bravo with Seismo, Chris, Sam, Charlotte, Germa. Oh no, it's Jesco now. Okay. Jesco, my bad. Korvac, Vagrant, Alexander, and Lolo. Bravo 2 has Arcane with Whiteside, Duidson, McVeigh, and Oddball. No leadership because I don't see a slash in any of the names. Otherwise, Charlie being led by Wikicourts with Helneraz, Deadpool, Jaisu, Maxic, Pegard, Skipu, and Monkey Enjoyer. Delta has Ash leading with Delta 1 taking Banks and Kazag, and then Delta 2 has Tackleberry and Theon. I'm assuming all of them are the main machine gun rules. Interesting choices. Overall, looking at the AOs, Green 4 has 2 potential zones to spawn in. Blue 4 has 3 different sectors controlled. The northern one, which is the stadium. We've got 2 VTOLs and a Chinook on standby here. The second AO is a dock port with a bunch of boats, and I believe the first AO is also the dock with a bunch of boats. Blue 4 having explicit instructions that they can't fortify the rooftop of a ship for doing any overwatch, nor can they fortify the rooftops of any buildings. That's mainly because they don't, the game masters don't want an AO where, you know, they can just camp the top of the office buildings or hospitals, anything that are nearly impossible for the enemy to assault. So, I mean, Tembalin Island is an AO we've played on and off for years now throughout various campaigns. I mean, the Banganam incident, the recent Black Templar versus Furries campaign. So if you've been with my channel for a hot second, you will recognize this AO. But regardless, I do like how you have that smoke in the distance. Green 4, all they really need to do is either start on the north or the southern side and just sweep the AOs. So either start from the north where they are right now, go take the stadium, get on that hilltop, do Overwatch, push forces down either through the town, or if they want to be more defensive, push them through the forest and around, then come and start hitting the dock positions. Any Overwatch elements can then get on the hospital instead to conduct Overwatch from up here, or they can get into the towers. But if Blue 4 is smart, they're either going to rig these towers to blow or just use them themselves for their marksmen and their medium machine gunners. Though that is a bit risky. I think it would be better if they stayed back because this forested area can give a lot of cover and concealment for Op 4 to come in. Plus, there's a lot of angles and a lot of buildings that Green 4 can set up on, like that building over there or that building over there. All of those open windows where they can pick people off on these areas here. So, tough to say. I think Blue 4 should play this a bit more defensively, but at the same time, these AOs are kind of hard to play because they're so open. I mean, 2 are docks. You could just fortify the dock area itself, but you're going to have to really rely on setting up teams and houses and whatnot, creating ambushes to defeat your opponent through attrition. And then the northern AO up here, you have the hilltop, which can provide some good marksman overwatch. But again, very open area. You could fortify around everything, but that's going to take a lot of infantry to hunker down. Again, there's a lot of ways for your opponent to get right on top of the stadium, especially with defilade cover, and just immediately start plinking you off. So Blue 4 have some really, really tough defensive choices here. So we'll just have to see how they play out. But the force split's a bit of an interesting call. I don't think I would have done that. I think defensively, I would have just stuck to Sector 1 and 2 for the player count, which is about 70 right now. I would have held the hospital. I would have tried to maybe hold the battle tower, but be quick to just set an explosive trap in there and run off, and then just play defensively on the docks as much as I could. Set up ambushes with teams in houses, try to fold my opponent in, spring the ambush, have people swarm out of the buildings, and just absolutely clop people. Or clap. Why'd I say clop? Is that even a word? Clap. Whatever. Did I see Iander's 1,425 meter hit? Yes, I did. Ghost Wolf, buddy, how you doing? Clop, am I a horse lover? No. What is... I mean, I've ridden horses. My aunt has horses. What does that have to do? I'm not seeing the connection, but that's fine. Ghost Wolf, how you doing, buddy? If you're not comfortable with pushing to 11, but horses go, oh, it's like a trot. Okay, it's how they walk. Okay, my bad. Well, Ghost Wolf, we good? I just need to put the Plinko menu on the menu proper. Descriptive sound that a horse hoof make. Gotcha. All right. Didn't know that. Weird. All right, so it looks like Green 4 has actually moved to transition down to hit south first. Yeah, for those 2 AOs, realizing that this open one can be a bit easier to take compared to, you know, going north to south or south to north. But I think it's dealer's choice. Clippity clop? I have not. Huh. The more you know. But otherwise, I think we're good there. Just juggling a bunch of stuff. No one's gonna ban you off of Twitch unless... Okay. Alright, actually, no, because... I'm just gonna stop speaking. I don't... When someone writes something like that, like what VGR just wrote, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna touch it. I'll just let my mods deal with that. Just don't want to push... Yeah. No, I got you, Ghost Wolf. I got you. It'll just be maybe like 3 hours today, and then maybe some tomorrow, depending on how close we get through Namalsk. But I want to see just how much more of that deagle we can get, which it's still a command. It's just not in the title right now. But, you know, get the rest of those ops sorted, and then we just roll over whatever we don't get into next month's document, and then we'll start that on the last week of August and get that sorted. And then after all that's taken care of, then I can start working on the POG DayZ pay-for campaign, and we'll go from there. You will not elaborate. Okay. Alright, so we got 6 minutes remaining. Looks like Blue 4 has actually transitioned to defend it. Yeah, that call I agree with, and then our Green 4's call I agree with here. So it's going to be a lot of fighting on the southern side. But I'm going to be honest, I do like fighting in the suburbs of this one town in Temblin. It's nice, because you got the open areas of the water. You got all these forested areas just on the outskirts of the suburb. It's pretty good. Are y'all just Googling what the word is now? That's amazing. But yeah, no. After all the streaming today, it's going to definitely be just a lot more editing and getting all that shit sorted. Another quick note, you don't want to be in these RHIBs when bullets start flying because they are very, very squishy, and they are very, very easy to be squished. It's like 2 or 3 bullets will knock it out, and then you're just insta-dead. Well, I'm going to be honest. If I was doing a Scotland mission, I would prefer running Mull of Kintyre, because that one's actually built off of a Scotland mission, and there's a really certain op we're going to be running, not this weekend, but next weekend, that's going to require that mission, and it's going to be a very, very funny meme mission, but I guess by certain interpretations of law, it could get me in legal trouble, and you know what? That's even funnier. That sounds Ghost Wolf. That sounds Ghost Wolf. That sounds good, Ghost Wolf. What I'm interested to see is if Razor might start transitioning the Pripyat server into something else, because I feel like a lot of people are now going to start exploring the Namalsk server, because now that's the new thing that's dedicated. I still want to go on Pripyat here and then, but especially after that, 12-hour exploration episode, we've hit most of the main areas. And I've also come to terms with the fact that I am not going to get anywhere because of how vindictive chat is. And don't get me wrong, I've come to terms with that. Because, y'all are literally paying for my half of the wedding. Literally, I got to take last month's Twitch money and put it right into my wedding fund. And, that's great. That means I can probably get that all paid off by the end of the year. It's great. Do you get an invite? I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know. Because Bloodwing's already bringing 200 to 250 people because she's Greek. I don't know how many people I want to invite, but so far it's only 20. I'm trying to manage my expenses. Live stream it? Oh god, no. Here's the deal. There's 200 traditional judgmental Greeks that are going to be at that wedding. I'm very limited in what I can do. So, gotta be careful about that. Am I needing security? I don't think so. Because, I listen to those funny Reddit stories. They're horrible, but I find them funny. I don't really have anyone, batshit crazy in my life. Oh, yeah, I'll put the shrimp costume on it. You only charging mead? Fair. Bro, for tonight's DayZ stream, every death is going to be a hydrate. I got a big thing of my strawberry batch here. And I need to start drinking some of that, man. So by all means, just lay out the pain tonight. And we'll bring up some tomorrow, and that'll be the final things for the Deagle, and then we'll move on to the, to the pay for pain doc. A judgmental 200-person strong Twitch chat. Oh, God. I don't think I'll ever hear the end of that if I get Bloodwing to stream the wedding. But she's actually at a con right now down at the Gaylord at, gosh, DC? The water, I forget what that section is. It's where Katsucon is, but she's helping a friend run a booth for her business. She's getting paid and a food stipend, so... Why did I just hear a beep beep of a satchel throw? What? What is wrong with you? Why would you do that in spawn? You monster! Well, it wasn't just tech, it was other people. Then again, actually, I didn't even review the footage, except for one specific part to get a certain clip out of a certain person wearing a certain uniform that brought me breakfast in that stream. But, you know, we don't have to talk about that. I'm sure we'll be fine. Is the mod team not invited? We still need to pick the venue. We have the church. Okay, you know what? Safe zones drop. We'll deal with the wedding talk during Daisy. How about that? That's fair. All right, Green 4 now sprinting down to the south. We got one team sprinting out. I'd assume this team's job is to potentially come in from the north or get into these battle towers and try to interdict from the north as the main force. If I were to make a guess, probably run into the forest and then cut on the southern side and then come around. Meanwhile, Blue 4, we see that they are making a sprint to the hospital, and some of them are going to sprint even further past, maybe try to lock down the road. I'm kind of interested to see how much infantry is actually going to run out here, but that is a bit of a gamble because they don't know if Green 4 is going to go for the northern side or the southern side first. That should be quite interesting. I ended up watching some Squad Milsim PvP commentary. It is surprising how far ahead we are in Arma for PvP commentary, but God, Squad does look prettier. Yes, it does. Compared to Arma 3, I completely agree with that. I'm going to be honest, I am excited for in about 4 or 5 years when we start moving over to Reforger, what the PvP commentary is going to be like. I do have a potential way of how we're going to start expanding a bit more in Arma 3 PvP commentary, depending on how some talks go, and that's tied with... you know, me going somewhere and signing an NDA, which I still need to do. And that's all a big what if, but I'm also going to be 110% honest with you. I do the PvP commentary stuff right now because I have the spare time to, but as soon as things get super duper busy, it is one of the first things I stop doing in the week because no offense, but you know, it's all free. And I run this all as a business, you know, so I do gotta focus on myself first, but I try my best to keep this going for you guys. And even without me, these communities will continue to exist, so, you know. Nonetheless, I am excited to see, you know, what we have to come for not just Arma 3, but, you know, Reforger and then what will eventually become Arma 4. Nonetheless. So I think Green 4, we do see some Hunt IRs going up because they're going to start trying to scout each other's location. Green 4 setting up a position up here. Could interdict and send a few forces north to take that sector if they realize it's open. I'm just really curious what Green 4's battle plan is. We got one guy going AFK, some shots going out. Unsure if that is some marksman fire. That Hunt IR is falling a bit quicker. But so far, Green 4's plan definitely seems to be going on the northern side. But Blue 4, this is a very lucky interdiction here. They're basically setting up just on the edge of the forest. They're going to be using some of the rock cover. And Blue 4 is outnumbered 2-1 here, easily. We do have some shots, though, on that Hunt IR. That's going to tell Blue 4 that there are forces up here, so they're going to start getting defensive. So that was a bit of a mistake from Ash, because he has just announced the maneuver here and given Blue 4 a bit more time to actually get on the defensive positions here. So I am willing to bet that now Blue 4 is going to start hugging cover, wait for Green 4 to come in, and we're going to actually see a lot more casualties here than if Green 4 managed to catch Blue 4 out of position as they were running back and forth. Also, some of Green 4 just outright running triple time here. So they're triple timing around. That's going to delay them from actually drawing their weapons and cause stamina break. To hear gunfire coming out. That would be Atomic and Cats. No one killed just... Oh, no, Batty's down. He got picked off over here. We used some GLs going out. So Green 4's main infantry force is down. We've got some fire coming in from GLs and light anti-tank. And now these forces are decisively engaged. Vagrant's trying to pop some smokes out. Puma's trying to focus on Charlotte on the far left flank. Because you got to remember, these forces are pretty much open when we actually get to the tree trunk side. But GL's also going out. A lot of gunfire from the rock as they're trying to pick off whoever comes in. NASA is down from Alpha, who decided to push up on the northern side. Satchel's going off in the middle. Bit of an interesting call. I think Lurch threw that. He is an explosive specialist. He was, guess, thinking that either forces were coming in or he queued up the wrong explosive. You got some suppressive fire from Delta all the way back here, trying to pin Alpha for Green 4 on the northern side. I think these guys are going to be successfully pinned on this side between the force across the river and right here. I guess the bay, technically. Yeah. And then this force, I mean, Green 4 does have Blue 4 outnumbered. I'll give them that. But Blue 4 is pretty badly pinned right here. We got grenades getting thrown, and that's going to kill Kiri and Chris and knock out Alexander. But look at that defensive line right there. We have that little outcropping on the northern side. They might try to transition. You got a few Blue 4 trying to pick people off. But look at the casualty skull count here compared to Blue 4s. You have only 2. Nemesis and Pertin, we just saw go back-to-back down right there. But, I mean, Green 4 has lost quite a bit for those 2. So if those trade-offs continue to happen, you're going to see a pretty early Blue 4 victory edge out here. Oh, that sounds good, Spooky. I do love brine. Brine and marinades adding flavor. That's a great way to get food. Misano just barely getting ahead of that GL Zixmi getting picked off. Again, Blue 4 have really good Overwatch positions here. So you got this rear security here, though. One of them was just taken out. You got the 2 back there. A third one is uncon. I think Green 4 is still going to eventually be able to get past this Blue 4 defensive line, but at a very limited amount of infantry, because you're going to continue to see Blue 4 pick people off here. And if Green 4 get close, they're just going to get grenaded. So you got these guys now stuck back here. Unable to make really any advancing. The infantry that was up front got picked off. So Green 4 still pinned right here. These 4 have decided to turn around, breaking away to take that sector, but that's leaving the rest of these forces. These guys are dead. Because Blue 4 has a very solid line here, though we could see this Green 4 force coming in, pull attention away. That could alleviate this force, but I still think Delta has a pretty significant chunk of infantry back here. And you got to remember, these guys are not going to be able to hold any sectors. They're literally stuck here doing Overwatch. Granted, this is an open AO, but still. There is cover to hide behind and pop smokes on to stop yourselves from getting picked off from that side. So now it's going to potentially be a matter of, we already see this hospital garrison engaging up here. They could then move to the flanking forces right here and alleviate pressure from that frontal garrison. All that remains is the fighting back here. Katz is running around. Alexander's playing dead as he does some medical. Doesn't spot Katz as he's moving around with that Scar H. He's looking around, seeing friendly forces up here. Grenade gets trod up there, but the bush absorbs most of the shrapnel. Blue 4 down to 2 guys over here. They're taking GL fire, but a big Green 4 push is going to try to run the border of the AO down here. Katz finds Alexander and picks him off after he finishes medical. But again, looking at the skull count, definitely a lot more Blue 4 skulls have appeared. Green 4 haven't gained that many. They definitely gained a few, but they lost a big chunk in that opening barrage, so we could see Green 4 do a breakout somewhere. Well, look at this. We got Roderick pushing up on Lolo's position. Door is open, and he looked the wrong way without clearing that corner first. That is a shame. So Blue 4, we got these 2 potentially backing off. Green 4 attempting to make a push here. So I think these guys are going to beat out that garrison there, but now that they're on the offense here, Cullis, though, has a really good Overwatch point on this rock, trying to use that mini-me And again, a mini-me is a really powerful weapon. Really good stability control. If you just burst it like that, you can lock down an area very, very well here. You've got this big chunk of force now coming in. The garrison is potentially holding a few satchels at the base of those towers. Will take them out, but that's also dependent on if Green 4 has an explosive specialist here, and I don't see them. However, okay, no, they are symbolized, so Green 4 don't have any explosive specialists nearby, so they're going to have to force, they're going to be forced to push, but Blue 4, I think, are going to get overwhelmed on this spot. We might see some assistance on Overwatch here. We see some light anti-tank being fired into this position. But I think Green 4 are going to end up being defeated in detail here. Looks like the two guys to the south were taken out. We still have that force there. Actually, no, okay, they're still alive. Green 4 are split in two different groups right now, and then a third smaller group actually taking the sector right now. And then we have Ivnomain going into this sector right here. We do have Blue 4 getting into the final sector, but two sectors now being taken. We could see this Green 4 force come completely around and bypass and then hit Sector 1. That's why we're seeing Blue 4 rolling all their forces down here. They're going to actually swim for it. Potentially to get in that boat right there, pick up all their guys and move them to hold final sector security. But Green 4 is very well separated right now. Got the hospital garrison now firing at Green 4 elements here. They just got a kill. At least I thought there were two bodies up here, but they're now trying to return fire. But then we'll see these four trickle back in. You've got these two still to the south holding. There's just firefighting everywhere on this AO. Some smokes being thrown, followed by some frags. I think because we do see blood right here, so a Green 4 guy did get run up and picked off by Grav and Mito. They're returning with more frags, but the rest of Green 4 is holding. Sector 2 taken. Sector 3 will join suit in a moment. I'm waiting to see if these four Blue 4, which, by the way, they're down to 4 now, they need to consider pulling back. They've done what they could, but now they actually need to start playing sector security. Blue 4 now pulling over. They're going to start defending that zone. More AT being fired. Detonation up to the north here. That, I believe, was a miss overall, though. But now we just need to see Green 4 bypass and actually go for the sector. And I'm going to be honest, if Ivnomain is lucky here, he has a boat kill also, which I find kind of funny. He could theoretically get a few pickoffs here, but with those reinforcements, it's going to be up to 5. But if Green 4 were to bypass all the defensive zones and just start rushing the sector, they could win by default. There's Sector 3 being taken. We have Mito down there, explosives being thrown. Taking out the building, a majority of the Blue 4 survived it, and I think they're going to pull back on foot. They might catch some of Green 4 on the rear here as they're moving in, though. More explosives going in. Pupper runs into that building before that grenade can take him. But Blue 4 now trying to reconstitute a new defensive line around the sector itself, sending reinforcements in. That's a bit risky because you can have players like Ivnomain bypass them and get to the sector itself. Patriot trying to hold. Instead, Ivno's going to go for the building. He's going to catch Patriot and immediately take him out. Blue 4 trying to follow. You got Depso and Ivnomain trying to bypass to go for the sector. Blue 4 pulling back reinforcements. Grav, meanwhile. Wow, grenade gets thrown right on him, but he runs into a building. Green 4 now trying to cross on this side to potentially find a boat or just come in from the other angle or find Overwatch positions. So those infantry, I think, are going to be out of play for the rest of the game because if they try to cross on the other side and they get spotted, they're just going to get picked apart. Ivno taking fire from Kabubi. You have Wheaton trying to push on Meerkat's building. On the battle tower, they're both looking at that stairwell. Wheaton has the advantage if he has some grenades. He can just throw them down, but he finds an angle on Meerkat and takes him out. So Green 4 have taken that Overwatch position. Depso trying to get some pickoffs here. He's going for the Overwatch on the hospital. And it looks like he actually has gotten one already. Another one is doing medical. just the question now is, can this Green 4 force on the south transition around and hit the sector, or are they going to go for the hospital first, try to take over that position, and then Overwatch to get into the final sector here? Green 4's looking like they have the number advantage. I don't know what happened, but we just saw a big chunk of the Blue 4 line here finally get taken out. Now we're just seeing Blue 4 losing out on actual CQC fighting. Salt getting knocked out. We've got Nekomata coming on the rear in a boat. Will that be enough? Grav, I think, is just covering that building. The rest of Green 4 opting just to bypass him because he's just one guy and they need to go for the sector at this point. Oh, I know, but only 4 of them survived. They started with like 10 to 12, so they still took a pretty significant amount of casualties, but when we were watching them initially as, they were winning that fight. Dream spots Ash. He sees his gun poking out. He immediately takes shots. Ash now going to look out the window, and he is knocked out. Grenade should go in there to double tap. Now we hear fire from the towers going on to the hospital. Nekomata still could come around the rear. Kremet gets Mike. And you see double tapping shots. There it is. But now these 3 have a straight shot to the sector, and there's only a handful of people that could potentially stop them. You've got the remnants of Scandi trying to come in. They're going to have to fight through those guys, but if they can set up a new defensive line here. Now you got that main Green 4 force that survived now trying to come around. First Blue 4 guys taken out immediately. You can see that door partially opened. If you know that you can do control space and holding space down and then scroll wheel, you can adjust the door opening as much as you want. You know that it takes a player to open a door at that certain angle, so that's a good hint that, you know, there's probably an enemy in that building. More suppressive fire coming up to here. There's only 1 guy left on the hospital. I think Blue 4 is going to be outgunned here. And, you know, it's tough to say where it went wrong. Look at that grenade throw taking out someone on the rooftop there. That's 3 kills for Ivnomain. Kremet trying to push down. No, he stays in that building. He's got some Blue 4 trying to breach him. Montgomery, yep, there's a grenade throw. But it goes down the stairs. Montgomery gets flanked, but he gets the knockout on Cheeseburger after getting hit a few times. And the final Blue 4 guy finally falls on this position. Multiple grenades get thrown, but looks like he doesn't get anything for it. And now Green 4 have control of this hospital and can just overwatch from this side as the rest of Green 4 pushes on. We got 3 on. Cheeseburger still unconscious. Montgomery comes in. He gets Kremet. Ivnomain tries to push, but he gets taken out by Eric. And there just isn't a lot of Blue 4 left. We have 6 in the zone, 1 outside, another 1 outside. Looks like Nekomata got taken out by... Nope, Q-Boy doesn't have a kill, so I don't know where that came from, but we do have his body right here. So 8 remaining on Blue 4, whereas Green 4 has 4, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So a 10-player difference. Granted, I think 4 of those Green 4 players are going to be out of position because they're on the opposite side of the AO. But that still leaves 14 on the main island versus 8. That's a 6-player difference. I don't know. That's very tough. With Green 4 having Overwatch, we've got more coming over on the southern side. But Blue 4 does have Overwatch on this area here. Green 4 has no cover. Arcane trying to do that little jerk and left and right there. Sam staying in the water. Oh, but France finds the shot and takes him out. Lolo now refusing to go up that open angle as Blue 4 locked down that side. Montgomery taking overwatch fire from Wiki Courts. Helneraz trying to pick off T, but unable to land the kill. Will it be enough, though, or are we going to see Green Force slowly trickle in forces and defeat themselves in detail because we have two different groups on, actually, technically 3 different groups on Overwatch Fallacy. Dobbs throws a grenade. Depso tries to pull away from it, can't in time, and Dobbs gets the kill by sheer luck. We have this force now trying to bleed in from the north, but we have 4 different groups of infantry right now. We got this group up here, this group trying to run down, and then this group on Overwatch. So I don't think they're that well coordinated at the moment. It's going to be a fight of attrition. Oh, explosive charges going on the building. Harrington might be away enough for the building not to kill him. Yep. But if Blue 4 can hold against all of this attritional fighting and just defeat the Green 4 groups in detail, they should be A-okay. And we do have some forces on the rear trying to pick people off, but it's not enough. So we only have Grav now coming in. Blue 4 down to 5. But for those 3 Green 4 kills, for that 1 Blue 4 kill, that was a good ratio to have. But we see AT now firing on this building because that's where Blue 4 is trying to maintain their hold here. We've got AT4s that have been stolen, as well as RPG shots from Green 4 going into their final building here. Overwatch Fire trying to pick Harrington off. More explosives being flung as well. 30 minutes remaining on this round, though. This was a short round. I do appreciate that. Short rounds like this that are packed with fighting are my favorite ones to cover. Green 4 popping multiple grenades into here. Blowing away that garrison as Lolo goes in, but now he's getting green on green fire. He's in the sector, and no one is defending it. Lolo might be able to take this from out from under Blue 4's nose. It's GG, I think. Explosives going off by Harrington set up explosive traps here, but Lolo's just going to stay behind here. Does some medical. Harrington gets picked off by, I believe, the hospital Overwatch position here. The remaining group of Blue 4 are pinned in the zone. Lolo's trying to find a place to hide because he realizes he's alone. And he's looting. Yeah, oh, look at that. He's stolen a marksman scope and he's stolen a 240. That's why he's on 5 kills, because that combination is a very powerful weapon here. Grav now trying to pick off some people on the hospital. That could allow for an opening for Blue 4 to go in and try to find Lolo, but 3 to, I would say, 12 or 13 right now. I think it's GG. Great first round. It really looked like Blue 4 was on top. They had the northern group pinned, they separated out, but Green 4 made an amazing play of, instead of throwing themselves at the defensive line Blue 4 made, they divided. 2/3 of the force ended up going south and fighting past where Blue 4 wasn't and just bypassing them, while 1/3 came up, reinforced, helped take these towers from that Overwatch element, and then from there, Blue 4 wasn't able to adjust any other forces in the area, and they pretty much got overwhelmed. So great tactical decisions by Depso to maneuver his forces around. I gotta give it to T. He had a really great plan, but he wasn't fluid with that plan. And I doubt he pulled the guys here away. I think they just did that on their own devices. So a little more coordination from Blue 4 I think would have been great to help save this AO, but when you're taking contact from multiple different fronts, that can be really tough to do, and you might not even know what the right call is to make at that point. So overall, that's a good fight. We're going to see it go into round 2 in just a moment because Lolo's still in here. They're literally firing illumination there in France, so he can't look in to see it. And there's objective 1 taken, and that's GG. Really great initial fighting. It really looked like Blue 4 had the upper hand, and then those tactical decisions completely turned this AO on its head. Great fighting, in my opinion, and great tactical play. Alright, I don't have anything for intermission because I gotta rework that Milsim units, whatchamacallit, the ad. So, you're all spared from that this week. Alright, let's see what our next mission is, and we'll start changing things out. Alright, Kunda's River. This is gonna be a long one, and I see vehicles, so this is definitely gonna be a longer AO for this region. Hold on. Alright. Ooh. Oh, that reminds me. I need to message Morton and ask him for his write-up. So I can get that announced, I think, tomorrow night? Yeah, that tracks. Okay. Let's go ahead and change our map command. Kunda's River. And this is going to be round 2. Three sectors and 2 terminals. Jesus, that's gonna be a fat AO. That's a lot of vehicles, too. What the hell? Oh. Three sectors and 2 terminal sites. Op4 has a 3% numbers advantage. 2 BMP3s. 3. The autocars are vanilla APCs from CSAT. 1 Quillin. 1 BTR 80 and transport, while Blue 4 has 2 MTVRs, which I believe are also transport. Now.
I'm so back. 7 kills.
Ah, Lolo. Nice 7 kills, buddy. Thanks for the 24-month resub. That gives you a Silver Lance Corporal badge. Thank you for all your support. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. So 2 M2, what is that? M1151. A Venom gunship. Two 50 cal, 2 statics, and an LAV 25. So a lot of assets in Op4's favor there. They got double of stuff. I doubt those Otacars are armed. They're probably just the unarmed version from 3CB. Oh, Morton immediately getting back to me. Excellent. But that's some interesting calls there. That's for damn sure. All right, prediction. That was a... Oh, I said green 4 defend. I'm an idiot. All right, well, it was green 4 attacking, but I think you guys figured that out, so... Whoops. All right, then we'll get the next prediction paid out in a second. Let me, I'm gonna change the music up a little bit. Awesome. Make sure the command for the operation sticks, because sometimes it doesn't like to. And now we're waiting for them to get slotted. All right, they jumped up to about 83. Excellent. So this will be about 40 v 43. Because 3% is not that much. If not, 42 to 41. Nah, it'd have to be 43. All right. So, how's everyone's Friday otherwise? I mean, we got a lot of crazy stuff planned. Let me actually go ahead and look at the schedule, because it's not a traditional weekend this weekend. Going over everything. So, I mean, today we have... There's 2 red out dates for a freaking sewing machine, which I gotta... Actually, BRB 1 second. I gotta see if they took it. Because it is about 4 o'clock. Oh, Bloodwind's gonna be angry when she gets home. We've been trying to donate this damn sewing machine. It's built into a table. To like 3 different groups, and each group has said they would take it, and the first 2 came in and said, okay, actually we're not going to take it, and then this third one like assured her that they would take it, and we moved it out to the curb, followed their instructions, and they said they would be here by 4 p.m. at the latest to take it, and it's 4 p.m. and still there, so hopefully they're running late, because I don't think we're going to move that thing back into the house, and she's probably just going to call them and give them a fucking earful. But anyway, that's what that first thing on the calendar means, because that was just mainly for me. But anyway, Friday Night Fights, we started that an hour ago. We'll be going till about 6:30, so another like 2.5 hours. 7 p.m., we will attempt to out Pizza the Hut. It's a meme Arma 3 app about delivering pizzas and trading pizza for guns, because why not? And then, of course, right after that mission ends, we'll be going for DayZ. We'll be doing the menu, as always. We'll be contributing everything to that deagle. And I'll decide. F it. We'll do every death is a quote-unquote hydrate. I got some nice strawberry meat over here, and we can have fun with that. Anyway, tomorrow at 10 a.m. there will be a Lantan event. That is one of the major Vietnam communities hosting an event they invited me to, and if that goes well, there will be potentially another event I will host in a few months. Then we're going to be doing another DayZ stream at 4. I'm going to keep going on them all. I'm going to burn myself out on it this weekend just to have fun with it. And then we've got our 7 p.m. Flying around, and then hopefully our 10 p.m. Stillwater Security Solutions, where I'm just going to be a gun gremlin again like last week. That one's 50-50, though, because the host of that community, I had a talk with him yesterday, he burnt out his PSU, and he may or may not be able to get a replacement in time, so 50-50 on if we have that stream. If we don't, then I'll just use it for more editing time. Then on Sunday, instead of doing RT Columbia, it's going to be a massive Mike Force event. That's publicly open. If you want to get in on it, just join my Discord. Go into the Arma 3 collab section after getting an Arma tag, and you can sign up for that. It's going to be 3 or 4 hours long. And then I am going to be restarting the Hellfire community stuff. I need to get that sorted by tonight, though, so joy. But that one's going to be more of an open day for me to get ready for Monday and Wednesday, which will be 2 Zeus Ops apiece. So, fairly standard weekend, just a lot of lawn Vietnam-themed events. You know, I wasn't expecting it to fall like that, but hey, that's how it be sometimes, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, so it looks like a majority of these guys have slotted up. Who are our commanders? It's going to be 39 to 38, Vagrant versus Tilsiter. Alright, fair enough.
I've been so busy, but I made it for tonight. LCPL GOAT. I hope all is well. LCPL Moneybags.
Southwest Dev, thanks for the 12-month resub, buddy. Welcome to the Lance Corporal Club. I appreciate all of your support. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, my friend, and I really hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Alrighty, it looks like this next mission is starting. I will go ahead and put a prediction up in a moment. Just replying to people on Discord. God, I can't believe how many, like, little mini tasks I had to get done yesterday. Literally just non-stop people were DMing me on Discord about various little things. Which, granted, we made a lot of great progress on stuff, and I made some policy change, and yada-da, but, oh, you know. Some days, when it rains, it truly does pour. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and set the prediction for 20 minutes and just get it started now. And again, if you don't want to bet right now, you can just wait a few minutes until we get pushed onto the server. But Op4 with those 3 BMP3s right off the bat and a BTR-80 compared to Blue 4 only having an LAV-25. Tough spread. And then Op4 also has an Igla for that gunship. So that neuters the gunship off the bat. But then again, I mean, even if they don't take the Igla, the BMPs have autocannons. Hell, BMPs also have like a mini tank cannon. So, yeah, no, FNF might have neutered them, but still, who knows? What is Wild Assault? I think the only The only games I'm going to be streaming are DayZ and Arma 3 for the foreseeable future. On the 26th or 27th, I might do a little Core Keeper, though, because I got an email about something, and Bloodwind and I do like playing that game together, so we might just have a chill stream just for us to relax. It's the furry PvP game. I've heard about that. Yeah, they made furry Overwatch or something, right? Where it's like just teams of people killing each other, but they're all like furry models or something. I have heard about that. Am I going to stream it? Probably not. I'm going to be honest, my only focus right now for streaming non-Arma 3 content is either one of two criteria. A, it's something fun I can do with Bloodwing, or B, and this is the more prominent one, it's something that I can attach to either the soundbite system or the Deagle system where you guys directly can contribute to my pain and I make a little bit of extra money. Because otherwise, I have a very finite amount of time between managing a household and editing. And then, you know, maybe taking an hour for myself here and there to just freaking relax. And as it's not a matter of Twitch integration or Twitch chat integration, it's a matter of can we financially gain from it? Because otherwise, I'm literally directly taking that time away from either pushing contracting work, aka people donate to me and then I either show up in their communities or I make missions for them as a thank you. And I have to word it that way to comply with the gray zone in how Arma 3 does things. Fun fact, haha. Or, you know, other time that I need to be spending either for other stuff. Furry FNF. Oh, God. Yeah, there's a mod called Alpha Garg that could make sense. Never mind. If anyone remembers, like, what, 6 months ago where we were doing that, Pog operation in Fapovo, and like the second half they added that one mod, and next thing I know, Ham became... No, it was either Ham, King of Kings... I think it was King of Kings. He became Freddy Fazbear. Yeah. That was something. That was definitely something. Alright, either way, Op 4 starting on the way south. This is going to be a vehicle-dependent mission because of the distance here. And then we've got 2 terminal sites and then 1 big area where 3 of these sectors control. Wow. This is a big-ass AO. Oh, shoot. Alright, 1 second. Yes, honey, I'm streaming right now. What's up? Okay. Yep. Okay. Alright, I'm in the middle of a stream. I will do my best, honey, but I am working. Okay? Alright, love you. Thank you. Bye. Alright. Oh my god, it's a night op too. That is... Wow. So she just sent me a call about the people picking up the sewing machine are like 15 minutes out, so I might have to... make sure, like, poke my head out, make sure that all gets set. But, okay, wow. Yep, so the alt cars, as I predicted, are going to be unarmed. We have the BTR-80 Alpha. The LSV is unarmed, so there's no M134 or Metis on it. They got 2 transport trucks. And then we're going to see what the armament of those BMPs are. Wah! Ow, my eyes. All right, Blue 4, so they're Humvees. M2 Humvee, transport. Yeah, I'm just going to night vision this. I don't want to frickin' burn my eyes like that. And then alright, so we have another transport there. We have another M2 Humvee there. There's 2 M2 statics somewhere as well. And then here's the Venom. These are, I think, flare rockets, but we'll see that later. And then here's the LAV-25. I got some Paladins, but I think those are just for flavor. Alright, so Blue 4 have to hold 3 sectors and 2 terminals. How this works, though, is if Blue 4 is able to hold at least one of these objectives, they win. If Op 4 takes all 5 of them, they win. And, of course, FNF rules, if you wipe your opponent, you win by default. Op 4, meanwhile, again, they have to basically take all of it. All right, briefing for this mission. 2 kilometers of render distance, only 75 build points for Fortify. The color is going to be tan and standard 50-minute round. Notes, Blue 4, both trucks are out of fuel. Teleport options are limited. The Huey has no transport seats currently. Command does not want fortifying the main base. So I think that's... I think that's here then, technically. Good luck. Blue 4, otherwise, U.S. Marine Desert 2020 kits. So we've got M27s, Mark 11 marksman rifles, 20 rounds, 7.62x51, M249s, which technically the Marines don't have, but they have for balance for this scenario because it got replaced by the I-27s. But that's a different debate. AT4s for the single shot disposable, 320 systems for the GLs. 240 Bravos for the medium machine guns, and then a Maz for the AT team. We'll see if that's even fielded under Echo, and then MP7s for the crew. Otherwise, yep, so the Illumination rocket pods, they've got 14 of those, which only do damage if you're, like, right on top of it. So it's kind of just for show and for funsies, but it could also illuminate, you know, a vehicle for the LAV to hit. Otherwise, they have the miniguns, which are 4,000 rounds per. Interesting. But Op4 has an Igla, so this thing's limited in what it can do. 2 M2 statics, the LAV-25, which has... Wow! I gotta do math in my head. That's, I think about, what, 7, 14, 21, 28, 56... 560 AP rounds. Nice. 2 motorbikes, that's funny. 2 M2 with 800 rounds for the M2 for the Humvees, and then 2 transports, which apparently are out of fuel. Otherwise, Op4 are Russian Ratnik Desert Kits 2020, so AK-74Ms, GP25 system for their grenade launcher, SVDs with an NPZ railing, RPKs, RPG-7 for the light anti-tank, RPG-32 for the medium anti-tank, BKPs for the medium machine guns, an Igla, and then they also have PP-2000s for their crew. BTR is going to have that 14.5mm heavy machine gun, and then the PKT medium machine gun also has a smoke dispenser. Interesting. 2 transport trucks that are covered. The Quillen, which is just a 7-man quick buggy. The vanilla Otcar transports, which are just APCs, but they're unarmed. And then 2 late BMPs. They get 195 AP rounds per. They don't have any ammo for their bigger cannon. They do have ammo for... Oh, no, I don't see any ammo for its 2 front turrets, only for the PKT assigned to the gunner. And they also have a laser designator and a smoke generator. That's cute. But yeah, BMP3s and BMDs usually have the left and right PKTs on the front. Yeah, these little things right here. So, yeah, I guess that's not the case for this vehicle. Interesting. Because you got the little slits here for those crewmen to see. Oh, okay. Otherwise, let's go ahead and look at the crew for each side. So Vagrant's going to be commanding Blue 4 with NASA leading Alpha, Wonder as the marksman, Cheeseburger as the medic, Zixme, Ivnome, Misano, and Lolo in Alpha 1, Alpha 2 as Avolos, Orn, and Xmeal. Arcane leading Bravo with Smith as the marksman, Medina and Sandman under Bravo 1. Charlie has Deadpool. I don't see a leadership marker here. I see a marksman, so Deadpool's playing marksman. Helnerez playing the 249 gunner, and Maxic, I can't tell. But yeah, that's weird. And then you got Nafs, Justino, and Skipu. Delta has Nemesis, Puma, Cullis, Malin, and Pertin all together. Delta 2 has Dobbs, so he'll probably merge. We have Yanni Finn playing AT, so there's no Iander tonight. With Dream and Atomic, they're taking the motorcycles, and the Cat's leading the team. Golf 1, the LAV-25 has Kremet, Depso, and Cuboid, and then the air support vehicle has Mito and Lurch. Otherwise, we have Tilsitter commanding Op4 with Theon leading Alpha with Grizaga as the marksman and Erikiru as the medic. Alpha 1 has Tackleberry, Banks, Ash, Wheaton, Grav, and Nekamata. Bravo being led by Kiri with Chris, Alexander, Pingus, Jesco now, Finney, and Korvik. Bravo 2 has Whiteside, Oddball, Dewittson, and McBain. Charlie being led by Patriot with Eric as the marksman, Batty as the medic. Delta has Bates leading with Norris as the medic. Delta 1 has Harrington, Montgomery, France, Mark, Bursty, and Tom's. It looks like Tom's, Bursty, France, and Harrington are going to be the machine guns with the PKPs. And Echo 1 is their medium anti-tank team. Snodgeberry leading Fonz, who has the AT, and then Meerkat and Murphy as the assistants. Looks like he's going for that RPG-32. And the Igla has been held by Charlotte, and Seismo, I fear, is going to be an assistant for it. So they probably have either 2 or 4 rounds for it, maybe 3. but definitely ammo for that helicopter. Rodrigue, meanwhile, with the one of the BMP crews with Pupper and T, and then Gulf 2 has Sam and Lolo being that vehicle crew. Otherwise, orders are being given, and we'll see how Op 4 decides to tackle this AO. Gonna be honest, this is definitely gonna be a longer AO because there are 5 objectives. Granted, 3 of the sectors are in one of the little areas, so it's meant to be, 3 areas of the objectives here, but we'll just have to see how Blue 4 holds this. But Op 4, with the amount of vehicle support they have, can easily bulldoze this AO. But if Blue 4 allows for their vehicle crew, either the LAV to get in a good position or for Echo to get in a good position, they could very much negate a lot of that vehicle support and get a lot of multi-kills with it. So we'll just have to see how things go. Ah, man, my buddy Dante was in the Marines, though, and every time I make a crayon joke for him, he gets pissed off. He just shuts down on me. The crayon joke is so overplayed. Alright, but otherwise we'll see how this AO kicks off. I'll have a sip of water, and if I randomly have to disappear, that's because movers are here and whatnot. But it's outside on the curb. Should be easy for them to just grab and go. Purple is in high demand, goddamn. But yeah, my goal for today is to finish FNF, have a quick bite to eat for dinner, get my command ready for the Plinko board, update the Plinko board, get that assisted on the menu, and then run the pizza stream, and then immediately transition into DayZ. Ready to go. Then after that, take a quick break, and then edit, and then work on mission stuff. Mainly for Sunday and Monday. But I'm going to be taking a good chunk of the meme missions from the Deagle, and I'm going to be putting them in the Hellfire operation docket for the next 6 weeks. Alright, 7 minutes remaining. I mean, we don't really have a lot left here. I'm not sure if the AO is hidden for Blue 4 to see where Op 4 is coming from, but I mean, you can guess based off of the sizing of this AO. And I'm not sure if we'll see Blue 4 send any vehicles over to try to harass early on, because there's just a lot of distance to cover. Op 4, meanwhile, I mean, this is a bit of a tough AO for them. Op 4 need to pretty much get in the absolute edge of the zone and just start bombarding this AO with autocannons from afar, and then rush their infantry up maybe the far western side, like all the way back here, and then just have them drive over, encroach, dismount, and just take those sectors sector by sector. Maybe do a far dismount first and set up some machine guns to harass, but yeah, I mean, these towers are death sentences. It's a small cop that can easily be overrun, and those autocannons can easily pummel anything up here. Yeah, it's going good, Gondor. We're just waiting for the next round to begin. I don't know. I feel like Op 4, for some of these AOs, has a pretty distinct advantage. Once we start getting into the town CQC, though, it's anyone's game. This AO in particular, I mean, Blue 4 could set up a really nasty circular defense of this AO, set up some explosive traps. It's deep enough where vehicle support isn't really going to get you much. You could set it up from right here and start plinking in, but even then it's easy to get away from vehicles. This AO, though, I think you could easily just have the BMPs harass and snipe anything in this AO. Especially with AP penetrating to the buildings. Op 4 utilizing explosive satchels to take buildings out as well. I think Blue 4's best AO, like, unironically, is in here because of all the defensive buildings they have around it, and that's where I see the least amount of defenders. And that is what worries me a bit, but I also think Blue 4 is going to be very mobile in this fighting, just to figure out where Op 4 is and just attack them as they come in. That's another big possibility. It could really go either way. But beyond that, I mean, this is where we're at this point. Scandi being deployed. They're going to be in the back of the LAV, so that shows me they're going to be mobile. You're going to have Echo also moving around with the motorcycles. They're going to be autonomous as they hunt for vehicles. But, I mean, look at this amount of infantry right here, and then look at this amount. You can see that at least 40% of Blue force is going to be mobile and not actually holding objectives. So if Op4 can bypass that element, they can immediately have a number advantage in any AO. Well, we can see that, you know, we've got an Octar here, we've got a transport truck here, another Octar there. They're not even fully mounted up yet. We got the BMPs out. I see Charlie independently taking the BTR, so they just might be a glorified vehicle crew. There's a lot of vehicles on Op4's side too, but we see a big chunk of them not taking any of the armed vehicles, so that means they're probably going to be left to be autonomous, as Op4 has their own vehicles to charge into the AOs themselves. CQC sucks for everyone involved. I would say proper urban CQC is the ultimate equalizer. Because in comparison to its opposite, where like you have an open field around an objective and then you have a hilltop that you can just hold from, I mean, machine gunners and marksmen reign supreme in that. For CQC, marksmen don't really get anything. Machine gunners do get that advantage in CQC because of their heavy fire rate and having all that additional ammo, but it's very easy for anyone in a CQC situation to turn a corner, line their barrel up to someone's head, and pull the trigger. But you see better PvPers that are able to do it quicker without having to run through any open fields first. You know what I mean? Hey, Razor. How you doing, buddy? I'm going to be honest. I think I prefer to cover CQC fighting because it just is more interesting. It's a lot more infantry maneuvering. It's a lot more, you know, gut reaction, going for it. Whereas, you know, compared to something like this, where the defenders would just pin down an open field, and anyone that tries to get in will immediately get, you know, smacked. Shotgun CQC is your favorite. I do appreciate every year when FNF does their Vietnam stuff, and then we see it's usually Blue 4 GIs. The engineers are given shotguns. And, those flechette rounds will tear people apart. It's fun to watch. Field fighting is just suppression and plink off, and, you know, if your opponent has an autocannon, then you're already screwed. But it just goes to show FNF does have a good range. So first AO was a nice blend of CQC and forest fighting. This one definitely going to be more open fields and vehicle fighting. But look at what they're doing. They're basically putting a large trench. This is a giant one, actually, technically. So they can then get on top of it and then look over this wall and engage. That's always a smart tactic that some of the players use. Oh, God, when they bring back mortars. You know why they took away mortars from FNF, right? Like, they had a period where they did a lot of mortar stuff for weeks. And then Falcon got on the mortar and literally wiped half of a team within, like, a minute of the AO kicking off. And then I never saw mortars again for weeks upon weeks. Actually, like, months. All right, the AO just started. 1 second, because I just saw... Alright, awesome. It looks like they're taking it. Excellent. I just have to potentially disappear if they knock on the door and, you know, hand a form for a donation receipt and whatnot, so... Cool. Alright, so Op4 a little late on getting their BMPs moving, but the main force has gone out. We have a transport truck here, followed by one of the Octars, BTR-80, the Quillen, another Octar, and then the 2 BMPs on the rear. None of the infantry are being transported in the BMPs, or I think the BTR-80. Everyone else, all the sections have their different transports. And I imagine Echo has the... Yeah, so Echo is in here. Who else is in here? With a little bit of... Okay, no, Echo 1 and 2 are the 2 AT crews. Looks like they just played with the back of the BTR and didn't armor themselves, which is funny. Meanwhile, Blue 4, we have the motorcycles on the bottom right side. And then the gunship is flying way off because it doesn't want to risk getting igloed. With a 2-kilometer render distance, though, they're not going to be able to do that much in recon. They're going to have to basically stay on the outside and then just plink in on a kilometer at a time. But if they orbit around this way, it's going to take them a while to actually find the Op4 position. But that does mean that Blue 4's left flank is going to be clear. So I'd imagine Op4 might plan to go to the terminal here, then this one, and then just assault that open area there instead. Oh, I mean, yeah. Convoy, not even convoys, just spacing for your vehicles in general is important. If you don't think so, go look at my VOD from, I think it was Tuesday when we did that ODST op, and the player base suffered more casualties from just ramming their warthogs together rather than the actual fighting. Uh-oh. Oh, God, a Blue 4 guy already came up here. Wait a minute. It's Malin, he's the admin. I think he's checking on rolling. Either he's stuck or there's a AFK concern. Who knows? So we're probably going to see a dismount maybe like right here and then infantry fold in over a kilometer. This is going to be a very slow game because Op 4 are going to slowly take Terminal 5. Blue 4 is then going to know that Op 4 is there because they're going to touch the terminal. Then slowly come into Terminal 4. And then we're going to have that last bit of fighting right here. But we see Blue 4 now pulling away from that position. Helicopters slowly flying over the edge. So maybe in a few minutes it'll detect this Op 4 group coming in. Does he have a co-pilot to work the gun? He does. He's on the gunner seat, though, but he can at least look outside and look, but we can't see from his vision because it's not doing the night vision. But anyway, BRB 1 second. Just gotta watch these movers. Let me shoot Bloodwind a quick text to let her know it's gone. Excellent. So we've been trying to get rid of that damn sewing table for half a year. And if you donate it, then you don't have to pay movers to, you know, take it away. And they were quoting us like, you know, 80 to 100 bucks to come out just to take that damn table. That's a relief. If you're an adult and you have had to deal with that type of shit, you know what I'm talking about and how much of a pain in the ass it is. Looks like Atomic is unconscious because he... I don't know what he did. So... Bloodwing does a lot of heavy cosplay stuff. It was given to us by one of her aunts, and it works. It's just an older model, and, you know, Bloodwing, she tried to, like, you know, use it, but it doesn't... The aesthetic doesn't fit. Like, she has, a smaller sewing machine, which actually, like, size-wise is the same. Hold on. I don't know what Malin's talking to these guys about, but... Probably another admin concern. That or he teleported someone up here, but looks like they're working it out. We do have the helicopter, though, flying overhead, probably seeing this massive dismount of forces moving in, so we'll see if it circles around. It's funny, though, because the Igla Gunner's distracted by the admin not seeing the vehicle up there, but I digress. It's basically a sewing machine, but it also has, like, this big table with all these drawers on it, and the aesthetic just didn't really fit in her office/workspace. So we instead just, opted to donate it, which will give us a tax write-off, and we don't have to pay for it to be moved compared to, paying for movers just to take it away. And that table itself is, it is a sewing machine and a table, so that's at least, $500 or $750 to write off. I don't know, tax season is always funny because we collectively then decide what to write off for who based off of what our tax consultant says. And even funnier, she has an uncle. The uncle's name is Sam, and he does our taxes. So I can literally in any conversation say, yes, Uncle Sam does my taxes. It's funny as hell. But looks like Blue Force still circling the AO here. Op 4 again. It's going to be a slow match in the beginning because they're going to move up to Terminal 5, then 4, and then, 3 is going to be where the fighting is with the sectors. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. The jobs I worked before I started doing YouTube and all this other crazy stuff, I kind of miss those because I would do my taxes myself, and it was easy. And for the most part, I'm going to be honest, my taxes are easy until you start doing pattern day trading. I did it, and I stopped doing it after COVID hit because it kind of wiped out the market and a good chunk of my nest egg, but then I took all that money and used it to, fund the down payment of my house with Bloodwing, but that's a different story. But good God, you have to list every freaking transaction. And some sites do all that for you, but some don't. And of course, I was using one of the ones that didn't. So tax season for those years was a pain in the ass. Because they would only, the brokerage firm I used would only do like a certain amount of trades. And then you had to record the rest yourself, and me being a scummy day trader. Yeah. Razor I did not, but I should probably do that. So we also discovered, fun fact, that if you check your local folder within your user profile of your computer, and you've been playing DayZ or Arma 3 for a while, there's probably at least 10 to 30 gigabytes of crash in the RTP logs in there that you can just delete. You know? Yeah, and I remember, I think, half or a full decade ago, if you're in the United States, you're going to get pissed off with what I'm about to tell you. The U.S. Congress actually put legislator down to have the IRS literally just send you a bill every year, and H&R Block and TurboTax lobbied against the government doing that, and they won. So now we have to pay for TurboTax, H&R Block, and all those companies to do what the government wanted to do for us for free. Which is why I don't use any of their services. Am I surprised? No. That's how the government works. It's all just a bribery system. Oh, God. I don't want to get too political beyond that, because what I've been seeing coming out of both candidates this year kind of scares me, but, you know. You know what I am happy about? I got 5 buckets outside, 5-gallon buckets, and I harvested a good, 3 pounds of potatoes out of one of them before I started F&F. I am going to slowly go off the damn grid. Good God. All right, here's what I'll say. If you want me to talk more and get, super political, come back during the DayZ stream after I've died a few times, because that's when we'll be doing the quote-unquote hydrate with my homebrew, and, oh boy, I can't wait to tell you guys all the really disturbing stuff I've found. Because what Bloodway and I like to do is we, before any big election, we'll literally just sit down and look at, like, point for point what the candidates are, you know, campaigning on. And then also their record of how much do they actually get done and what have they gotten done, where their priorities are and whatnot. Because, you know, if you're gonna vote, you should be informed about what you're voting for. And a lot of my friends don't do that. God, we're fucked as a species here. Anyway, Op 4 going to be tactically going for the terminal. Blue Force still staying on the outskirts. Looks like Blue Force helicopters loitering around back here. I think it's spotted this main convoy coming in. Op 4, they might do that thing where they don't actually interact with the terminal. They just hold a guy like ground command there and then start transitioning to the next one. You need me to drink to, yeah, quote unquote, because it's hydrate, quote unquote, right? You know, this lovely giant gallon of homebrew down here. But oh, some of the stuff I found just scares me. All the more reason of why I want to here's my end goal. Retire from you know, doing no. You know, step off of doing Arma 3 scenario building, slowly build my nest egg, and the quote-unquote retirement would be get a farm out somewhere in, you know, Virginia or Maryland, and just turn it into a bed and breakfast experience. I've been to a few. All of them did a lot of things great, but they also did a lot of things that weren't so great. And I think I can, knowing how everything works, I can do it a bit better myself. That's just me. And then, of course, my viewers would get a discount. A very heavy discount. Not at cost, but, you know, maybe 5% above, because I like you guys. But Bloodwind wants to run a bakery when she retires, and I think, you know, that would let her have her thing. But we have to clear the building before sleeping? What, because I'll hire Dante and he can dress up as a Wendigo and just drag you out? That'll be the Halloween special, where you have to survive. Yeah, this is the second round. Hey guys, we're gonna go camping in the orchard. Oh boy, that's a weird sound. It was like a scream. Ah, you guys will be fine. It'll be like those outdoor haunted houses. You know, where you have to sign that waiver of, hey, we're not responsible if anything bad happens to you. And, you know, I'll hire 5 actors. They'll go around scaring you guys. And then I do a head count on the cameras. And I'm like, wait, why are there 6 people scaring people? Wait, that's a machete. Oh, well, they signed the waiver. This is the exact spot where we had the 160 clear through. They decided to blow up the bridge for some dumb reason. It's always funny watching other people on the same map you've done stuff on, and then realizing, wait, you know, I had XYZ happen here, and now these guys are doing this. I love that when I'm watching other Zeus's, or even mission devs, and I'm like, ah, yeah, I remember this place. It was hell. I'm gonna level with you guys, though. Ever since CCO6, I have never looked at Kunduz, Afghanistan. I know this is Kunduz Valley, but Kunduz is, or Kunduz, whatever the heck it's called. The one where we were spawn camped in the corner for 6 hours, I think I've only touched that map once or twice since, but I just have an aversion to that map because of what I frickin' went through. Ugh. Alright, so they're basically moving down the riverbed, then they're going to get into this village. Probably get into these buildings, start moving through, or move into these buildings and cut across. We'll see how things go. Yeah, they all have problems, like the doors won't open properly or blah blah blah. It's such a funny map. Mogadishu, I actually never had any issues with in terms of crashes. The issues we had was the AI would be able to phase through and shoot through the buildings. in certain areas. So I only did a handful of ops on that map. And when we did, we stay away from those areas. I'd love to see a remake of Mogadishu, though, with more modernized map assets, though. Yeah, weird indeed. So Frontline's transitioned up. These guys still looking around, trying to find a vehicle convoy. So maybe Blue 4 hasn't spotted this main force coming in. But as soon as they interact with the terminal, that's going to change. But looks like they're getting out of this zone. And they might very well just leave ground command there, transition to this next AO. But, you know, it's funny. In the same amount of time that this has gone on, the other AO was wrapping up. They wrapped up, I think, at the 28-minute mark. I'm going to be honest, I think by the 28-minute mark, we might have people shooting. But who knows? Why did I hear a reload sound? Who's behind me? Yeah, good luck, Ghost Wolf. I'm going to be honest, I'm so glad that you and Razor exist. Because I remember having to help Frost build stuff for his Namalsk server. I remember having to make all the drop tables for the all of the loot zones. And I remember having to take a crack at the airdrop stuff. God, that was annoying. So I am very thankful that you guys are there to take up that burden for me. We have a flare out in the distance. Interesting call. Yeah, go for it, Gondorian. I would just say, if you're going to the UK, just be careful, because there's a lot of local unrest right now. Not everywhere, of course, but in, you know, the 5 or 10% of the place that there is. Just be careful. Thankfully, it's still relatively localized, though. I don't think it's going to evolve into anything greater, but I got a friend in the middle of it, and she is not having a good time. Yeah, I heard. That's why I know it's not going to evolve into everything. It's just I had someone that was in one of the places where a lot of the heavier protesting happened, and ugh. Yeah, exactly. Depends on where you live. That's why I said only like 5% at most. Alright. So again, they're not going to touch the terminal until they move on a bit more. I'm going to be honest, at the pace though, it took 20 minutes for Op4 to go all the way around up here, dismount. It's going to take them another, like, 10 to 15 minutes to come up to this terminal, secure it, and start pushing. And that's going to leave, what, 20, 15 minutes on the game clock, right? So, Blue 4 might just win by attrition at this rate. When's the bed and breakfast going to be ready? Killing, a lot of things have to happen. And it's going to be a few decades. But in that time, BlackRock needs to collapse. So people need to be able to buy stuff. Corporations need to stop buying up shit. I have to get a little lucky on finding a suitable area that's nearby. And then I just have to keep having wonderful people like you moderate and watch my content so I can continue to grow a nest egg to then be able to purchase the land and, you know, get the place built up and yada-da. Because that is going to easily be millions of dollars. And then to preface it, I'll probably start up a garden channel. But actually, no, we have time. I mean, that channel is gonna focus on min to maxing growing space and what you should grow to really maximize food. Lance Corporal Green Thumbs. I don't know what I'd call it yet. No, you shouldn't pack your bags just yet, Killing. I'm sorry. Well, again, I'm hoping that there is a bit of a collapse so that things get super cheap and I can swoop things up. But I'll be honest, I think the first thing on the docket before we even go there is to probably scoop up a beach house in the Outer Banks or somewhere, and then that can be some passive income. Start Wendigo farming. Here at Liru's Wendigo Farm. That should be an Arma op. Someone write that to me in Discord. We'll put that on September's docket. Liru's Wendigo Farm. Where we go out, we bag a Wendigo, and then the SCP Foundation shows up and it turns into this massive firefight. Why not? F it. There's your op. Bananas, oranges, and apples. Oh, God. Yeah, as reference for the mines we place down every week, right, Spooky? That's where you grew up, Duck, North Carolina. I always go up to Corolla. I've been going up to Corolla for over a decade. Hell, I'll be up there in September 7th through 14th. Bossy Fuss, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. What's your favorite thing to get out of North Banks? Because I know you've been to North Banks. Anyway, M2 Humvee is now on the northern side. First shots at the 23-minute mark. Engaging some of the elements over here. Willing on the beach. Nice. Hey, I mean, if you want to meet up, I got plenty of homebrew, man. I'm going to be bringing some of it up because there is nothing quite like taking a break from your streaming job than just bringing up a shit ton of booze and being drunk for a week. It's great. Oh, but things got expensive up there, too. Good God. Oh, Ghost Wolf, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. You've been in Colorado for 30 years now? Jeez. Well, hey, as long as you like it. Colorado, I mean, you got great skiing. They have weed. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'd really love to drink a lot more. I'd like to smoke a lot more. I'm also into cigars and whatnot, but I never have the time. I'm hearing that minigun firing from, I believe, the Venom. Yep, it's right overhead. Firing down randomly on the infantry. Hacks have started, I think, on both locations. Yep. So now we're gonna start seeing them transition to finally start hitting the sectors. They got 25 minutes to do it, we'll see. But this job takes way too much time. Thank you, Big. I appreciate it. More time than I think any of you guys would ever realize between making the missions, running the missions, editing the footage, setting up my server every time, keeping the community afloat, streaming PvP commentaries. It is at least a 12-hour job a day. Autocannon is firing, trying to strike that BTR. It's doing its best to lead the shots, but the shots are going slightly over, but now that BTR is going to be pinned here. However, that means the BMPs might be able to come around and flank it, but the BMPs are completely out of position. There's one on Overwatch, but then there's the other ones in the back line. Terminals have both been hacked, so we're going to see them detonate in a second. The Humvee is coming down, probably to shoot at the BTR to disable it, because the 50 cal can pen. There it goes. 250,000 in machinery? Yeah, I understand that. Firearms? Ghost Wolf, buddy. Oh, there's the autocannon firing again. Oh, once I tell people how much time I actually spend on doing all the YouTube stuff, every time, I'm actually thinking in the top of my head, no, every time I have gone in and told people how much work actually goes into what I do as a YouTuber, people go, oh, wow. And I'm like, well, okay, that's not the average YouTuber experience, though, because most YouTubers, they just come on, they stream footage to their fans, and then they edit it. That's it. Usually they outsource people to, you know, run their communities and all this other crazy shit. Iglo was just fired off and flared off by that Venom gunship, so I think they're going to be able to load another round into it because he has an assistant, but I digress. But yeah, no, most YouTubers literally only spend like a third to half of the time doing what I do. You know? I mean, look at Rubik's, for example. Any other major Arma 3 channel, usually they don't Zeus. Usually they don't also run their own communities. They're a part in it, don't get me wrong, but they got other people to do all that for them. And they only spend all of their time editing and then just doing what they want, you know? Me, that's not the case. No. I decided, yeah, let's run missions and whatnot, which is why over the course of the next few months, you'll see me occasionally, you know, taking one of my op slots, and instead of me Zeusing someone, it's going to be someone else, just so I can rebalance that time. They're black powder guns? Bro. That sounds actually pretty dope. All right, we have a Humvee smoking out here. I believe a BMP got a few shots off of it from pretty significant distance there, but we did see a BMP on the hilltop. We got an LAV coming around. I think it's going to start trying to engage those BMPs. Then we've got Echo coming around, potentially try to snipe the BTR, because there's a medium anti-tank crew, and then we have a Humvee back here. Autocannon rounds now coming in on the infantry, trying to cross up. Skipu in the open, somehow dodging all of those autocannon hits there and quickly folds in the cover. Is it worth it? Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Before I say anything else, no, absolutely. I'm going to be honest with you, I would be making more money if I decided to stick with my cybersecurity degree. I would be making a lot more money, actually, but no, I make ends meet with this. I love interacting with all you guys. I, growing up, always wanted to be that, you know, popular, socially acceptable kid instead of the awkward little moody bitch that I was. And this lets me get that out, and then I can still be private in my own life because I've learned to value both of those things. BTR-80 gets cooked off. Rest of the vehicle crew getting ambushed by this four-man team, so that 80 is out of play at this point. We have other APCs coming up to potentially do a charge up, but we'll see if they last. Doing it in the hardest way possible. Mainly because every time I've tried to outsource stuff, it's never at a quality that I like. And when they do deliver qualities that I like, they can't keep up with the volume that I have. If that makes any sense. So, for example, I could get 3 people to make missions for me, and with their absolute best work, at most, before burning them out, they could get me, like, maybe a mission or 2 a month. At the quality that I would like to have. Meanwhile, I do that literally almost every day. Because I have that expertise. But most people don't because, well, you know, most people aren't going to be spending their time on a niche game, you know? And I'm not saying, again, for me it's a hassle. I'm not trying to say that. I'm saying that, you know, when I explain how much time goes into this, it freaks a lot of people out. Look at this fight, though. That's beautiful. Op4 trying to charge up here. You got multiple smokes and flare rounds going off. We see some overwatching fire trying to come in from the BMPs. Overwatch fire coming down from the Venom gunship. Op4, I think, is going to get pinned right here unless they start trying to utilize their vehicles to push in. AA launched. That's a hit on the gunship. She's potentially going to go down. Might be able to auto-rotate out and recover. Firing more rounds out and about. BMP's trying their best to suppress the battle line here. We do have that M2 Humvee to the south, potentially going to Overwatch as well. Another AA round goes out. Flicks around and hits the ground. Let's look at it from the other side, the Blue 4 defensive line. You actually don't see that much solidarity here. It's a lot of different positions around here. We do see Op4 trying to transition some forces on the far northern side. You still have overwatching fire coming in, but it's just machine gunners right now trying to keep that main force pinned down. You can see even the marksmen trying to poke their heads up here to get pickoffs. It's really just up to the machine gunners here. They're not even suppressing, they're just occasionally putting rounds out. But that is beautiful. I can't believe it. The Venom auto-rotated out. It's probably lost its tail rotor, but because it's still at speed, it's able to stay stabilized, and it's continuing to strike from above. Op4 still trying to transition its forces forward, but again, they're going to run into a pretty nasty wall here, because as they get closer to the defensive line, it's going to be easier for Blue 4 to pick them off. We need to see Op4 develop another option here. We need to see another force try to flank around. We do have a BMP-3 trying to come around. I think it's going to go hunting for that LAV. If they can confirm the LAV goes down, then they can do a lot more with this position. We do have a Humvee coming around, and 50 cal's not going to be able to do much, but we do have the LAV coming around way in the back line here. Might be able to intercept and take out that BMP-3. Almost all PvP communities I stream with are locked to first person, yes. FNF is no exception. We have the BTR coming around, BMP still in a bit of security. LAV can't tell. We just saw something fire. Something flashed on the barrel. Oh. That Humvee's taking heavy autocannon fire. Engine immediately gets smashed. Three are still alive here. LAV's coming around, though, and firing on the BMP. Immediately penetrated inside. That is the driver knocked out. The gunner is dead. And that is one Op4 BMP taken out. The other one is going to be on Overwatch back here, still trying to watch the front line, but now it is even to one autocannon Vic versus one autocannon Vic. And it only cost one M2 Humvee, but they could potentially get that repaired, or they can join the front line here. Meanwhile, these guys with the RPG-32 on the far flank could potentially snipe out the LAV as well. But you see them using the coax, even turning out to kill the dismounted crewmen. But we do have these infantry coming around. Snajapir, though, kind of running a little bit on the side. I think they spotted the infantry here if they get their 240 out. Do they notice these infantry? They don't. And Op4 doesn't notice them. What's going on? So these guys are honing in on the LAV. LAV's right there. This is going to create a massive miss-PID issue, because now, yep, Blue 4 is going to fire at the infantry here. Because they're right next to Op4 infantry. Dobbs is now firing his handgun. I guess he's out of M240 ammo. Puma now runs up to him. Snajapir turns around, takes a face full of lead. AT is out. He's taking machine gun fire. AT goes over the freaking vehicle and misses. But now you got Alpha, you got this element trying to transition around. The other BMP is now moving up. Echo's trying to stay on the rear. They're trying to hunt for that other BMP with their motorcycles. You can see that Op4's hit that brick wall there. We got some vehicles trying to go around the other side. Vaughn's now trying to pull his AT out. He gets taken out by not the LAV, but a machine gunner. Avalos back here with that 249, saving the LAV as it now tries to pull away to get away from that AT team. But now we've got Op4's main infantry element now starting to come up, supported by a BMP, unaware of the danger on its flank towards the west, as Op4 are pretty much boxed into this AO. Got a machine gunner down here, Medin. His LAV got cooked, but he is on a kill. He is blindly suppressing into the Op4 elements, moving up to this final set of buildings. Op4 is trying to make an L-shaped attack, go on to this AO, and it looks like that third and final member of Op4's AT crew was just taken out. And knocked. Meanwhile, BMP, I think that was a miss. The round went slightly over. That was Echo trying to engage it with the Maz from the northeastern side. And they are now trying to adjust. It's Yanni trying to make this shot. He does have one kill. We can't see through his night vision, though, as the BMP is attempting to make an adjustment. Gun is now turning around. but now they're going to drive right into where the enemy is. We have the helicopter firing from above. BMP now transitioning to potentially aim forward. Will they notice Dobbs? They do not. They see Puma right there, not realizing that these guys are alive. It's because they're doing that sideways thing where they're playing dead, and the BMP is actually going to buy it. That's amazing. Sometimes playing dead does save your life in this game. That other BMP still hunting for that LAV. We could see the Echo medium anti-tank crew now come around north and try to hunt it. But there's a big amount of defilade here. Dobbs now getting back on his belly and engaging the Op 4 that are coming up as Op 4 are attempting to flank. We had another AT hit from 2 AT4s. Looks like they both missed, though, because I'm seeing minimal damage as they're hunting down that LAV. We see Blue 4 trying to get into the other BMP to maybe see if that gun is accessible so they can use it to engage the other BMP, but that is not the case. Still have overwatching fire from the miniguns firing on Delta on the rear position here as Op 4 are charging onto this spot. But look at the attrition damage we've seen. Also, Echo tried pushing up here on their own. They were taken out. Smoke grenade charge with the Quillen on the back line, but Blue 4 had a pretty solid defensive garrison here. Not sure how many kills they got for it, if they got anything to show for it at all. But otherwise, Eric Kiru's run up. He is throwing grenades into the zone. I'm surprised it didn't kill Wicked Quartz right there. Now he's going above, trying to fire into the bunker. Gets a kill. Okay, that wasn't his kill, though. Someone else got the kill in that bunker right there. Eric Kiru gets one kill, only get taken out by Wicked Quartz. We've got some flares going overhead now. BMP and LAV are hunting. BMP, I think, lined up some shots on the LAV as it continues to pull away. You got the minigun now firing down at the Op 4 element coming in from the north. Looking at the number disparity here. Numbers still look pretty even on the infantry fighting, so whoever wins this fight in the vehicles is going to be able to turn around and assist. Now the BMP trying to hit the LAV, but the LAV is going evasive. Some rear shots hit, though. We got to remember the rear is a crew component. Not a crew, a transport component. The BMP needs to hit the front of the vehicle to do engine damage and to do crew damage. But that LAV is intentionally pulling that other BMP away to allow for the Griffin gunship to continue to assist the fighting here. And we still have some overwatch being done on these far sides here to take stuff. But Bravo has successfully transitioned from this area over to Sector 3. 11 minutes remaining on the clock. And now they're trying to move into these other AOs. Look at the amount of Blue 4 infantry remaining, though, on these objectives. We have a big chunk of Blue 4 infantry now pulling back over here. You have Echo in the back line here, Alpha in the back line here. I think there is enough infantry here for Op 4 to potentially take these two zones with their remaining, I want to say, 2/3 of infantry that are still alive in the AO. Wombat trying to hold from this downed MI8. Close GL, but it wasn't enough. He takes a return fire GL. Grenades being thrown into that area here. It was a smoke, though, and Wombat is cut down. Got some Overwatch fire from that previous position there. Op 4 now doing a massive smoke push. Grenades being thrown. They're going to roll out. Looks like the BMP managed to find the LAV and start picking it off. And Q-Boy takes an AP, an autocannon round through his chest. He is dead. LAV crew is dead. No, Depso's still in the gunner seat playing dead. He's alive, though, but the gun is disabled because it's forced to look down. So that BMP is still going to stay on the outskirts. Maybe we'll have some AT move on it, but this is pushing a lot of attention away from Blue 4, who should be defending these AOs, and instead they are getting pretty much outgunned here. You got two Blue 4 defenders. The third one was just picked off earlier. We've got a 4-man Op 4 group trying to maneuver in. We just saw an AT shot try to go into that building. It was a little under. A little bit of Op 4 and Blue 4 CQC up here. And then we got Op 4 in the zone, almost taking over Sector 2. Blue 4 trying to send a team to counterattack, but will it be enough? Helicopter still trying to do orbitals here, but at that range, it's not that effective. France trying to throw a grenade up, but it's a little, it gets caught in the car. Objective 2 taken. Now the only objective remaining is that 2-man defended group right there. Op 4 trying to transition, 2 guys down into Defilade. Blue 4 spots it, but we need to see Blue 4 send infantry down to hold Sector 1. If they don't, it's going to be game over. BMP, after killing the LAV, should feel a lot more comfortable to move in now, but we'll see if Echo moves in to pull sector security or if they keep hunting their white whale. Notice how quiet it's gotten now. Occasional gunshots from either side as both sides are just trying to line up what they can. You got Medina here. He was a auto rifleman. Now has found an SVD and started picking people off from the rear. There's a nice SU-230A scope on there. And the helicopter, I don't think, is able to PID at that range. We saw some rounds going close to some Blue 4 elements here. But let's see. In terms of commanders, Vagrant is still alive for Blue 4. Tilsitter died earlier on this ridge here, as we have Dobbs running infiltration down here with a stolen AK and a stolen RPG because he ran out of 240 ammo. Avalono staying back here. 3 kills with that 249. Still looking for more. I think Blue 4 might be able to hold, though. We'll see what happens with that BMP, but we still have Scandy right here tracking it. They're going to hear it coming soon. If they can take out that BMP, infantry from up here can then sweep south, take out the remaining forces here, because it's only NASA alive in this zone. If he goes down, OPFOR can rush this final area and take it. Second body right here. Maz shot goes in, direct hit on that BMP. Gun is disabled. Notice how it's looking down slightly, so they're going to try to pull back. Follow-up shot might come in. And it's a hit. Engine is down. BMP is cooked. NASA was just picked off. Now can OPFOR run in and secure the sector in time? Skipu, I think, just woke up. He was uncon for a second. Murphy, though, right there. Can Skipu come up and get the shot? He does, and gets the headshot. Jesco running for the sector. They're putting GLs up here. Blue 4 has the number advantage here. They have the equipment advantage and everything here, but they don't have anyone playing sector security anymore. If Jesco can get into this AO and hold it for 90 seconds, it is going to be an OPFOR victory, even though Blue 4 should win this by all counts. Dismounts now keeping Echo suppressed as Echo sends people up to try to flank. That's going to be Cats and Dream cleaning up these guys with SMGs. They spot Pupper. Cats gets the kill on Pupper. Dream now moving up. Cats gets a second kill on one of the vehicle crewmen. It's only T doing medical. Dream's gonna run up and see him first. Dream gets blown away by T. Cats trying to find T. Can't seem to find an angle on him. I'm waiting to see Jesco run in. We see other OPFOR now running in. Oh, but Blue 4 trying to charge in through the Quillen on the rear line. Oddball in the zone. It's counting down. I think OPFOR think this is an OPFOR vehicle. They open up. Missing all of their shots. Get caught in a reload. Engine goes down. Oddball taking his AT out. Zixby runs in. Gets noob tubed. Oddball holding. It's only Lolo. Can Lolo hold? He does, but will the grenade? Lolo gets... No, it was the OPFOR member gets double tapped by his own grenade, and Lolo holds. And now OPFOR doesn't have any infantry in. It's GG. GG to the last man. Now you got Blue 4 sending in more reinforcements. Cats realizing that this zone is potentially under threat. Duetson wakes back up. Can he kill Cats? Or will the minigun actually get him? OPFOR only have 4 people left alive. 5 minutes. Yanni now moving in as well. Doing a dismount. More forces coming around the corner. Duetson watching. Does he get the kill? Opens up, causes panic fire from Atomic. Panic grenade. Marksman shot comes in. No, it wasn't. I would have laughed my ass off if that too was a 3, but no, I think it was Cats. On kill number 2. No, it wasn't Cats. It was either Yanni because Cats was already on. Wasn't Atomic. Had to have been Yanni then. But OPFOR with Ash, T, and Grab still alive. 5 minutes for them to run in here. It's GG. OPFOR now have a solid defensive of 4 guys in the zone. More people trickling in. That was epically close. That was great. That was honestly great. I'm going to be honest, I don't really have any of those, you know, if this side did this, they would have won, because that one was just down to the wire. Both sides in the moment made great plays. Op4 got a little target fixated in a few areas, and I think that's what partially cost them some of this round, but for the most part, Op4's tactics were sound. It got them to every AO. It's just they didn't win in the end because of attrition. Huey makes a rough landing. It only fired 2 of its rockets. But, I mean, that was a slow build-up, but that was a very satisfying finish. And if you know, you know. Don't think all Op3 can... No. If there was more time, then maybe, but with it only having 5 minutes, no offense to T, but in this small of a zone, I don't think any single man can beat this many infantry. Even if he opens up with 2 or 4 grenades, there's nothing he can do. And then the other 2 are taking their sweet time to trickle in. And as soon as he shoots, you're going to have literally people charge him. Because at this point, you're fighting... Blue 4 is going to be fighting with manic tactics. So if one person charges in, these guys are literally going to leave their defensive positions and charge you, which is really, really silly. But it means they're going to be right in front of you, mag dumping you. So there's just nothing you can do about that because they have a comfortable number advantage. And they think, you know, for the remaining 2 to 3 minutes, why not? Everything turns and starts suppressing. They even fire AT. Skipu getting the knockout through that AT. Even have some guys over here now flank it like it's over. And look at this. Like I said, manic charging tactics. You got Depso now charging that area to try to open in CQC. Yeah, they're even getting in motorcycles and trying to shoot on the rear of a motorcycle just to get the other kill. I'm curious if Grav will actually pick them off.
Send in team 6.
But yeah, they get out. Grav has a stolen 249 and 3 kills, though. Gets a double knockout. The other guy goes down. 33 seconds left. Yeah, leave it to an M249. Depso sees him, though. I think it's GG. Oh, but Depso gets knocked out by the grenade! Is that a double tapping nade? No freaking way. Depso got robbed right there. God damn. But Korvac, I agree, buddy. Thanks for the 32-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, my friend, and hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Damn. Cat's an automatic doing medical. Grav. The round is over. Wait. It's over. What? Did we go into overtime? Why are we in overtime? It's over. What? Wait, no. This means that Blue 4 have just charged everyone out of the zone, and now Grav could sneak in. It's over. I am the fat lady, and I am currently singing it is over. Okay, this completely changes the game, because now Grav can get in the zone, kill these 2, and take it. Hold on. No, this is admin interference at this point. Wait a minute. Oh, no, all of Blue 4 is running back in. I think Blue 4 just realized it's not over. Grav, look out! Okay, it's over. Blue 4 win. Yeah, immediately called afterwards. God damn. Let's see what that next round is. Alright, it's gonna go to Sustained Assault as they set the next mission. Let's go ahead and pay out the prediction. Blue 4 defended through the skin of their teeth. Alright, let's see what that final round is. I'm gonna be honest, if it's... Oh, okay, Operation Mad Lagoon.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Boats and a single static 2 sectors on Yulakia. Alright, I'll cover this one. Because if this was going to be another, like, super long one, I do need a little bit of time between this and the pizza op today. So, alright. Let's do something different from this stream in terms of music, but, you know, one of my classics. There we go. Alright, map, and this is great because that means I don't have to change the command for the op, because it's also going to be on Yulakia. And this is going to be round 3, where Blue 4 is attacking. Alright, Blue 4 is attacking 2 Green 4 sectors. Alright. Blue 4 has a 5% numbers advantage and boats, while Green 4 has a static DSHK. Cool. Now you want pizza? Yeah, no, that was... I'll give it to it. I normally dislike the really long FNF rounds, but sometimes... I mean, we went from, like, what, talking about retirement and farming and politics to, boom, non-stop action for, like, the last 20 minutes of the fighting. I think it was 25. It'd be like that, though, you know? All of a sudden, it's go time. And when it's go time, it's go time. Chicken Alfredo sounds good right now. Yeah, definitely a slow start, but totally worth it. It was like hurting children last round. Yeah, so is Zeusing. But let me go ahead and give a preview of what tonight's op is going to be for the pizza op. So here's how it's going to work. There's going to be 2 objectives that require going to a lot of different areas. So they're going to be 3-man teams. They're going to start with pizza cutters as melee weapons, radios, and a bit of medical. There is a hospital that, because they start with 100 pizza slices in their base, they can trade 10 of those pizza slices for 2 medical boxes, and they can make that trade as many times as they want. But everywhere else on the map are customers with a cargo box, and on the map it says what the trade for pizza slices is for. So hypothetically, there will be a pistol with 2 magazines labeled on the map, and it says it's for 4 pizza slices. So they would have to put 4 pizza slices in the cargo box, and then they can take the pistol. And they get a pistol. Now, the other objective they can do is there's a bunch of their competitors' signs around the AO. If they take the spray paint in base and they spray it on their competitors' signs to piss them off, it means their competitors are going to start sending kill teams around town to try to stop the Little Cheesers business. But Little Cheesers has a wonderful network of customers that'll report where these cars come from, and then we can use that information to find where Pizza Hut has their stashes of pizza stored to then steal it and then resell it to people to get more guns. All until we find the main Pizza Hut restaurant and raid it. And that is the op. It is literally a build yourself up rags to riches trading scenario. And it has a really dumb ending. That is the meme up tonight. It's gonna only last about an hour, I would say, but it literally took me 4 to like think of and make everything. And again, the ending's gonna be really, really dumb, but I'm so excited for it. And I'm not gonna give any spoilers. It's gonna be great. But trust me, it's gonna be one to watch. Because there's only one thing they call when something's trying to out Pizza the Hut. I can't wait. Anyway. Alright, final mission. That was a quick load-in, too, so hopefully this will go quick, because I still have to, you know, edit our little Plinko board for tonight, because I'm excited for Namalsk Daisy and to chill with you guys, get drunk, and go crazy. Pizza the fuck? Oh, man. But again, that is a meme op that you guys funded through the donation goal through the 21-hour DayZ stream, so you guys can all give yourselves a pat on the back for that one. And we'll have more to do after. Oh god, there's a lot of people on reserves. Here's the thing, I'd love to have a lot of people play the scenario, and I think if I were ever to do that type of scenario again, I'd probably need some actors on as well, but there's only so many ways, like so many people I can have on to sell pizza. God, but in my universe, I think it was either 8 or 10 slices of pizza for an AK-47. Ain't that nice? Oh, we have a little write-up here. French army moves to question Moroccan separatists that are currently occupying an island in the Mediterranean Sea. Interesting. Oh, it's here. Oh, no. This is where the next ODST op is going to be. Ha! Oh. That's funny. That's really funny. All right, we're not... I'm not going to say anything about it. Oh, no. Anyway. Ten slices. Yeah, so if we cut the pizza, you know, to 6 or 8 slices, that's a lot of pizza. Make it Uber versus Lyft. I'd love to make an Uber versus Lyft op and then make it PvP. All right, someone else put that in the Discord. We'll put that on the September list. Alright, blue 4 spotting on the top, green 4 down below. Let me go ahead and put the prediction up. Oh, damn, they just started. 1 second. Alright, get that go. Alright, green 4 and blue 4 here. Blue 4 have a bunch of RHIBs. They have an M2 RHIB. Awesome. Starting off, I see some FAMASs. They are French. That makes sense. And then we have this Moroccan separatist group here. They have a single Dishka to work with. Otherwise, let's go ahead and go through the mission details. So, blue 4 have to capture both sectors by the end of the 50-minute round. If they do, they win. If green 4 is able to hold on to at least one of those sectors, they win. And, of course, standard FNF rules. If you completely wipe your opponent, you win by default. Otherwise, briefing here is going to be a kilometer render distance, 100 fortified points for the defenders to build around the AOs and add fortifications. Fortified color is going to be green, so green sandbags and Heskos, yada-da. And then, what was the last one? 50-minute round, yeah, standard. All right, background, Moroccan separatists, green 4, have crossed the Mediterranean and have seized a secluded tourist island for reasons that are as of yet unclear. First on the scene are the French army, blue 4, who intend to ask the Moroccans what they're up to and take back the island. Yes, yes, ask. with guns. Anyway, Blue 4 otherwise, French Army kits from 2010, so FAMAS's with 203 Grenadier systems, Scar H's for their marksman rifles at 7.62 by 51.80, Mini-Me's for their 249, or excuse me, not 249, Mini-Me's for their light machine gunners. I said 249 because that's the US equivalent, same 200 round, you know, 5.56 light machine gun. Otherwise, AT4 for the light anti-tank for Blue 4, FN mags for the medium machine gunners, and then crew kits get an MP5. I assume they might have a dedicated vehicle crew for the RHIB with the 50 cal on it with 1,000 rounds of M2, good God. And then there's also 5 transport boats as well. Yeah, so these can take 40 total, and then that's additional 12, so that would be 40, 52, I guess 54 with the 2 crew, but yeah, no, that should be enough. Op 4, meanwhile, loadouts are going to be our generic African militia kit, so they got AKMs with GP25s, SVDs, and we also have RPKs with the 45-round banana mags, and then RPG-7s for their light anti-tank. And I assume the medium machine gunners just get either RPKs or PKMs, but they're not listed there. And then they have a single Dishka with 250 rounds. Ah, glorious. What a glorious thing to say for your first time chat. Lovely. Anyway, Puma is going to be commanding Blue 4. Nafs is going to be the medic for the platoon. Alpha 1 being led by France. Wow, the French have a man named France leading the squad. How convenient. Otherwise, we got Mark, Zapata, Norris, Montgomery, and Mike under France here. Alpha 2 has Rolling Eagle and Nekomata. Bravo being led by Fonz with T as the marksman. Bravo 1 has Najee Perry Murphy, Bursty Batty, Meerkat, Rodrig, and there's Tom's. Otherwise, Charlie being led by Yanni with Nemesis being the marksman, Malin being the medic. Cullis, Pertin, Yander, Dream, and Dobbs all under Charlie 1. Charlie 2 has Cats, Grab, and Tilsitter. Delta being led by Arkin with Eric, Finney, Sadman, and Blah. B1, I'm just going to call him B1 because that name, Blancer, I don't know. And then Lurch, Mito, Whiteside, and Dewittson under Delta 1. And then Golf 1 has a dedicated vehicle crew of Bates, Smith, and Patriot. Why do you need a 3-man vehicle crew for a bow? Does it have a rear turret? It does not. Why do you need 3 people when there's a driver and a gunner? That makes absolutely no sense to me. But it's FNF. Nothing ever makes any sense to me sometimes. Anyway, Depso going to be commanding Green 4, Skipu leading Alpha with Whiskey Courts, Deadpool, Maxic, Helena Raz, and Jasu. We got Bravo being led by NASA with Q-Boy, Divnoy, Cheeseburger. Bravo 1 has Kremet leading Zixme, Demovar, Lolo, Wonder, Wombat, and Misano. Bravo 2 has Gonzalez leading Evalos, Zemil, Orn, and Vagrant. And then Charlie has merged everyone together into a super squad. We have Kiri leading Sam, Chris, Kazag, Theon, Ash, Banks, Tackleberry, Little Banks, Alexander, McBain, Charlotte, Seasmo, Korvac, Jesko, and Lolo. And that is our AO. Let's go ahead and look at our sectors here. So, Sector 2 appears to be just this entire village area here. Looks like they're building up some fortifications already. We got some little hunter stand towers doing some overwatch. That's quite nice, but you don't want to be caught in one of those because the wood won't stop bullets and you'll just get suppressed to hell being up there. What the hell happened up here? Huh. Interesting. It looks like it's a little bit of a certain type of slaughter ground. I guess we'll potentially see more of that later. And then the other Op 4 spawn appears to be this little pond area here. Some of the players are having a nice little swim. And it's just these, yeah, it's a nice little set of ponds. And these little hunter stands back here. Very nice and peaceful. I'm sure this island has, like, nothing, like, super evil or horrible in it that, you know, can cause any sort of crazy issue to happen. No, it's all pretty innocent. Yeah, there's nothing bad that's gonna happen in this AO, right, guys? Haha, nothing bad at all. Anyway, we got 10 minutes, and I gotta hydrate. Excellent. I'd imagine Blue 4 are probably just going to ferry their forces over, get on the main island, and then push in. This is probably going to be a lot like the previous op, where it's going to be a bit of a slow start. Not as slow as the previous operation, but, you know, one of those, they'll get there when they get there, and then contact will kick off. We'll see how things go. So I know we got Captain Ryan on the reserve sheet for the Pizza Op later today, but Till Sitter, Sir Squirrel, Gondor, JJ Cage, and Halo Goalie also went on. So that's another 6 reserves. I'm not sure they'll be able to get on though, because meme ops are usually the most competitive thing I give. But hey, we'll see. We might have an opening, we might not. There's no space between the exclamation point and the word, Kane, for any of my commands. Because I think actually it bugs when you put a space in them. Or at least it used to. They might have fixed that, but this was when I had to set all that stuff up years ago. I don't know. For this one, though, it's, again, just a very simple push-up. Tito. With a star. Yeah, push up, take the high ground, and then go on the lower areas. Importantly, hit the AOs one at a time. Don't divide your forces, because then you're going to defeat yourselves in detail. And we'll just have to see what Op4 decides to push in with here. And go from there. Have I tried hosting a mission in Reforger? No. Mainly because I have an aversion to just setting everything up in the Zeus interface. I would prefer a mission or a dedicated mission editor. That way I can preset a bunch of stuff. Because otherwise it gets very stressful for me between having to build an entire AO, managing everyone in chat, and then managing my player base. It's very difficult for me to do all three of those things at once. Which is why I do my best to pre-build everything I can in the mission dev. That way, I already know what's going on, I can chill with you guys, and then I can focus on the players being themselves. The mission editor is the map editor. That could be really, really cool, but at the same time, that sounds like a lot of unpolished work right now. In a few years, I think it's going to be really great, but till then, yeah. What are the devs saying about a mission editor coming to Reforger? You know, normally this would be one of those coy times where I go, oh, you know, like, I'd love to tell you, but, you know, NDA bullshit aside, I haven't heard anything. That's what confuses me the most. I know it has to be planned, but in terms of, you know, everything I know about what's going on in the Arma space, which isn't everything, mind you, no one knows what is going on in the entirety of the Armaverse, but I haven't really heard anything. I know what's coming through on their roadmap, even the stuff that hasn't been publicly released yet, but it hasn't really been a lot of mission dev stuff. So, you know, I'm just kind of sitting on my hands. And I think that's because for Reforger, they're really just trying to see what moderators do with it. Or not moderators, excuse me, modders. Modders and moderators are two completely separate things. Which will give Bohemia the advantage of, you know, seeing who they can also poach for working on the game itself. But with that being their focus right now, we'll see. Are they actually making a sniper tree? Yep, they're making a little sniper tree. Isn't that cute? We'll see if it's actually effective, but that's kind of funny. Yeah, they poached Deadman from us, exactly. Deadman Miller is the guy's name. If you've ever been around for more than a few years and you ever Zeused, you would remember that searching stuff would, like, lag your computer out. Deadman is the guy that made Arma Zeus Cache. That basically got incorporated into base game, so now no one lags out. If you use TFAR Beta, Deadman is the guy that took over TFAR and created TFAR Beta because the developer for TFAR disappeared, and Deadman basically took over the project and keeps it up to date, which is what I would say 70 to 80% of Arma communities out there use. Don't get me wrong, Acre is also a really great mod, it's just a lot more complex. But I would say for PvP Arma, I would prefer Acre over TFAR, because you can do a lot more with it. Plus the Babel system's also pretty dope. And yeah, they're turning into tree snipers, right? But you might not know who Deadman Miller is specifically, but I assure you, you have played something that involves his work. He's also a pretty chill guy. I mean, most of Bohemia are pretty chill as long as you don't end up on the wrong side of the IP rights violation channel. then everyone's pretty chill. Or you don't ask them stupid questions that you can Google. But I mean, that's also me and most people. But that's just based off of my experience. Yeah, Dwarden's also pretty chill. Or get charged. Yeah, so... Fun fact, when, I think this was back, it was either 2009 or 2011. Two of the Bohemia devs got charged with espionage because they went around the island of Limnos, which is what the island of Altis is based off of. And they were taking pictures of a lot of the military installations on Limnos for inspiration, and they got charged with espionage for that. I would love to see jiggle physics in Arma 4. Because then we can give Vix a really nice avatar. And then I can just spend all day being her battle buddy and watching. I'd love that. We could get Bloodwing in on it too. I can have 2 battle buddies. And I would be in heaven. Someone bonk him. I'm just passing the last 3 minutes before we get the next thing up. Jiggle Furry Ops. Why did I say that out loud? I was just reading what you guys... Yep, never mind. Nope. Yeah, I'm just gonna bonk myself for that one. God damn, I need to go get some mouthwash. You made me say that. Damn. Well, so, BIS, fun fact. This is also what got me blacklisted from BI for a while, because I accidentally put a BIS logo in, the, first, whatchamacallit op, oh, God, what was it? Splendid Squad. BIS is a subsidiary of Bay System, so they're actually, they are separate entities. But, yeah. And then Bay Systems is a military contractor that does a lot of work with the United States government. Oh, God, I'm forgetting what weapon systems they've made off the top of my head, but it's U.S. military stuff. I think one of them might have been... was either the Humvee or MRAP, and then there's a few other weapon systems in there. But I can't remember. Will I cast it in the shrimp outfit? I don't know if you pay me. Yes, they originated together and then BIS got taken over. Exactly. So BIS got bought out by Bay Systems. So they're not affiliated anymore. Bay, yes, they worked on the F-35. Exactly. That's, like, I can't remember what they did off the top of my head, but I know they are, you know, military stuff. Hello, I've been given permission to be here by Malin. I'm officially in Scandi, and this is no joke. Get banned, idiot. Okay. Awesome. Dream and Malin. Malin's the admin of FNF, and then Dream is someone we co-cast with. Someone not even noteworthy, right? New donation goal, 1,000 for Liru to dress up as a shrimp. Dreadnought, I'll give you a deal. If we fill the D goal by tomorrow, through today and tomorrow's DayZ streams, I will stream the rest of the DayZ streams this month in a shrimp outfit with a camera on. For the rest of August. So if you type !DGOAL, that'll give you a rudimentary idea of where the D goal is right now. I think it's a little higher because some people donated between the 24, technically 21-hour stream and now. But if that gets filled, because we have a little arrow that shows what's up. The rest of the DayZ streams for this month will be in a shrimp outfit. Oh, also that word should say August, not July. I'll get that fixed. Looks like these chuckleheads broke their boat and are getting a replacement because they clipped into each other. Otherwise, Blue 4 is going around the southern side and coming around. Green 4, meanwhile, putting a lot of their infantry up to the main island here. Might be able to intercept some of these boats coming in. So maybe we'll have contact a little bit quicker. You have a shrimp outfit? Yes. I got it because people... I think the origin of the joke, if I recall it correctly, is people would always do my posture check, and we would just call it no shrimpin' because Bloodwind would even come over when she would waterboard me for quote-unquote hydrates, but that's a different story. She would just yell no shrimpin' in my microphone. So we streamed a bunch of Subnautica, and as a joke, I put my camera on, I put a balaclava on, and I wore a shrimp outfit while I did it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it came with claws. And it was a gigantic pain in the ass to play Subnautica with claws. I'm gonna be honest, for most of the streams, I just took the claws off because it was impossible. I don't think a controller would work either for the claws, but I digress. I will bring that shrimp outfit back if you fill the deagle. Hell, I'll put that in the document during our intermission. Anyway, Blue 4 is dismounting people on the far island over here, I guess to have some staging Overwatch, but they're going to have to move again. We have some more dismounts on this side. Blue 4 finally getting mounted in their boat. That'll come in a bit later. But it's Delta doing this. And then we have the armed RHIB over here. But Bravo's going to be right in the middle of all the Green 4 members here. So a little bit of CQC action early on. Some people are getting injured. Looks like they're trying to get their gun back because someone dropped it, but we had a grenade get thrown. Alright, one person gets cut down. More explosives being delivered. Another guy gets blown away, but yeah, this Blue 4 element's kind of screwed. You got suppression going across the river here. I'm trying to turn my tracers on. There they are. Got the armed RHIB also going to potentially come in. Rodrigue running up, still getting a few kills here and there with that mini-me. He's in a good spot if he can deliver more flanking attacks here. Spots Hilnarias, gets the knockout on him. Not a double tap. Green 4, though, not noticing that there is someone close to their line here. Skipu gets knocked. Deadpool, though, is low. Rodrigue runs right into his line. And that's another knockout. He pulls away as NASA starts running across. Kremet spots him and gets a freaking headshot on the first shot. Call that lucky. T now baiting out more Green 4 to come in, emptying out 762 by 51 in him. More Blue 4 coming around, though. They can hit the rear of this Green 4 formation and end up taking out a big chunk of Green 4's manpower. It looks like this boat's coming back to potentially pick up Montgomery because I guess they ran out of space. Oh, but Green 4 comes up and gets that kill. So Blue 4 only has a few guys left on the far northern coast here. We see them engaging. Some return fire going. A FAMAS will beat out an AKM and CQC if they both go on full auto. Fawn's getting pushed. We have a grenade being cooked. Thrown a little far. NASA trying it again. And gets it on the bounce and actually gets the kill with that. That was brilliant. I'm really surprised we're not seeing this Blue 4 group try to fold in and assist here. Because I feel like if these guys came down, they could actually completely box in that infantry group and make up for the fact they lost an entire squad. I think all the casualties are disconnecting because I know for a fact we've seen Green 4 lose people, so... Now it's just down to Bursty trying to run up to where Murphy is. But Green Force hot on their heels. Lolo's going to catch Bursty in the back. Gets the kill. Yeah, so Blue Force just bypassing. That's just going to mean they're going to get the sector. This force is going to turn around and box those forces in. I think Blue Force already lost. Look at this. Someone gave Zixme an RPK, and he is using freaking iron sights, and he has gotten 4 kills so far, and a knockout. Oh my god. Well, there goes all this Overwatch back here. And they're going to keep sticking their heads up, and he's going to keep killing them, I bet. AT is fired as this boat tries to come in. Nafs is down here. Yeah, so Blue 4 Command is down here, not realizing they've lost this entire squad. Smeal's up here. Gets the headshot on the back of the head of one of those guys. Grenade goes in. Lands by Murphy. No damage. Another grenade goes in. Smeal dies. Grenade doesn't get any additional kills there. Blue Force sending reinforcements. Blue Force defeated in detail already. Now you're going to have a main force fight here. These guys aren't going to be able to beat out the remaining garrison. Then you got those guys stuck on an island. This is making no sense. Sanchper, I think, just got a kill off of Green 4 guy back here. We saw him ragdoll. Cuboid's still running up Murphy around. Kills the second guy. NASA doesn't notice, though. He's suppressing into this group of infantry. Mike starts engaging him. He gets knocked to his knees. Cuboid gets around, though. Gets the shot on Mardik there. No kills. Numbers are still pretty even. I think Blue 4 has a very slight number advantage here, maybe 1 or 2 guys. Because you still have the guys on the rear back here. Cuboid now fighting with Norris as Norris is bursting the FAMAS. Zapata tries to come around as Cuboid plays Rin around the Rosie. And somehow Zapata doesn't die and gets Cuboid. That was a weird call. You know, sometimes the game sync really freaks even me out because that was multiple shots. I don't know. That was a weird one. But Zapata got hit. We see blood. I'm not seeing any visual wounds though, but he is doing medic. That's a weird one. So now you got the other group of Blue 4 now moving up. You got them getting caught in the open, though. A little bit of defilade cover to work with, but this is Depso and a small team up here. So we'll see how much they can gain out of this. Demovar beats out Murphy, who was corner camping. Hey, Alotl, how you doing? Well, welcome back, broski. We're going to be finishing up this stream, and then in about an hour and 13 minutes, we'll be back for some Zeusing, and then go right into DayZ. Hope you're doing okay. Zapata finds the other guy and takes him out with a quick burst. I feel like we're sleeping on this private, man. He's going to keep doing some crazy things, I bet. All right, Blue 4 otherwise continuing to push this zone. Green 4 pulling back with some of their forces here, but they are pretty badly outmanned. Depso, I think, going to be blind throwing grenades. Doesn't get the bounce all the way, but it was a good throw. Blue 4 otherwise trying to pull away. Your name, Tropic Flow. Gotcha. Well, welcome back nonetheless, buddy. Appreciate all your support. Blue 4 licking their wounds down here. Green 4 pulling away from this position, now focusing on that group, but you can see Blue 4 is down to 3 dudes. Green 4 pulling away with 3, 4, 5, 7 guys. So they won that other firefight. Blue 4's last chunk of infantry is right here. And then they're remounting for a group of 9 right there. So Blue 4 have just been pretty much defeated in detail. I think they're going to blow through this 4-man group. But if Green 4 is able to inflict a few KIAs, then... Oh, just a messy round for Blue 4 here. Just trying to get some pickoffs with his Scar H, but he's unable to. We got Ibnonane and Misano coming around. A few magazines have been dropped. I guess they're all partials. He doesn't have time to repack them. Ibnonane coming over with that marksman rifle. Alnaraz getting spotted and taken out by Norris. The boat is now leaving as Zixmi is not done with that team. Still up on 4 kills, trying to get some more. But they're now moving north, so they might join up with these 3 and come in, or they're going to go all the way around. It's hard to say. But Zixmi, his rounds are just short here. Dream gets taken out. McBain knocked out as well. Yanni trying to flank around. Doesn't spot Depso running. Oh, he might now. Depso evades. Is that a triple time? Yep, so he put his gun on his back and just immediately sprinted around. Hydrate. I'm out of water. Damn. Well, that was the last hydrate till we get to the next stream. We got Blue 4 now charging after Green 4. Double tapping on McBain by Katz there, but he wasn't the one that got the kill. You got Green 4 now getting in the rear of this formation. Yeah, Blue 4, they're going to bring this boat all the way around. I think they're going to go right into charging for the AO, but Green 4 does have a solid defense there. Do they have someone on that sniper tree? They do not. Damn. I would have loved to seen someone up there, but that's okay. Guess it's time for vodka and tequila. Yeah, if only. I do have about 3/4 of a gallon of strawberry mead right here, but I don't want to get drunk too early, especially on an empty stomach. Dobbs finds that one runner and takes him out. Sam trying to come around the flank with that SVD, getting some hits on Callie. Can't seem to line up the shot, though, to get the killing blow. Depso, though, looking up with his AKM. Spots Callie, gets the knockout. No double tap. Could still wake back up. Grenades being thrown downhill. That's going to increase their range. Sam running around. Depso, I think, running up to try to get the double tapping shots. There they are. Nemesis firing down on Sam, getting some hits, though. Nemesis hit twice up there. Sam taking more fire, more grenades being thrown down. Depso getting caught, gets hit a few times, gives some return fire. Though this is all delaying, so more Green 4 can get on the rear of this Blue 4 formation. That boat's still coming around. Look at that wild grenade throw, goes too far left. Depso hit 4 more times, 5 more, 6 more, and is finally taken out by Katz. Sam, meanwhile, on the rear, found a little bit of cover. He's going to do some medical first. But he has an SVD, and that's honestly the shittiest weapon to work with here. You hear the boat coming around as well. 50 cals opening up. No, it's not the 50 cal, it's people in the crew compartments. People on the right side opening up on the group right here. Sam bypassing, but we got other Green 4 players coming along the rear here. You're fine, Tropic. You're fine. I do remember talking to a Revan on Patreon, though. Again, I hope you're doing okay, man. Always a pleasure to have some of my older fans come back. Alright, I'm waiting to see what the Green 4 guys do behind this Blue 4 line. Some early ambushing. Ibnonane, I think, is going to be Perts in there. Can't seem to line up the shot, though. Boat staying in the harbor. Now Blue 4 is going to start turning around. Sam now trying to put some shots into the boat as well. But the boat's moving too fast for him to line up a shot. They keep landing just behind the boat. We got Blue 4 now pushing up. Misano gets that kill. We got Wonder, NASA, and Cheeseburger coming along the rear, though. These Green 4 are going to get enveloped. There goes Misano, Ibnonane, trying to do some medical. Perton's going to push up and say hello to him. And he is tapped. Again, it's because he has an SVD, buddy. Ugh. Oh yeah, in the U.S. you can buy cans of, you can buy cans of Jack and Coke. It's what a time to be alive. It's cheaper just to make your own, though. All right, NASA on 2 kills. He's going to potentially catch Dobbs right here. No, he... Oh, wait. He sees him. Lines up. 1 tap headshot. Beautiful. Just lines it up with that PKAS sight he's got. That little red dot. Tries hitting Malin. Actually gets the knockout on his back. Dream, you weren't asked tonight. You were SL Dream. You're so confusing, buddy. All right, Blue 4 dismounting infantry right here. Looks like Sam was taken out on this side. Grav and Tilsiter came down to take him out. Another Blue 4 knock. We got Zixme over here trying to do Overwatch on this zone. I think he's still in the lead with 4 kills here, but NASA just got his 4th. But a big chunk of that remaining Blue 4 force that was up here have been taken out. This 3-man team's trying to maneuver over. Numbers-wise, I think Green 4 has a slight advantage. Cheeseburger trying to get some hits here. But now these guys are on the uphill. Wonder, though, taking marksman fire, not realizing his targets are to his right. He gets another hit and knocked because he doesn't realize that he was running right into enemies. Cheeseburger gets behind Nemesis. Nemesis can't loop around in time after getting the double tap hit, and Cheeseburger gets his 2nd kill. NASA, though, on the rear gets Burton for kill number 5. And Zixme also gets kill number 5 as well as a Blue 4 member comes up and gets taken out. NASA, though, in trouble. Not a lot of maneuver room as he's being pushed by a new group, but most of the Blue 4 group they were behind has been taken out at this point. NASA doing some double tap shots just to make sure. That's pulling attention away. Yeah, it's only Malin and Tilsiter and Grav that were part of that original group. B1, both of them doing a handgun draw. NASA takes shots. Cheeseburger runs in and saves NASA, knocking B1 to his feet. Handgun comes out, and he runs out of handgun ammo. And now NASA comes back with his AK, but they now take fire. Tilsiter knocks NASA out. And Lurch catches Cheeseburger in the open. Cheeseburger trying to line up some shots, can't seem to get it. Explosive charge is thrown, that double taps both of the bodies. And Lurch gets knocked out by Cheeseburger. Malin trying to flank around. Zixme kind of doing his own thing here. He's doing a wide flank around on the right side. He'll catch some of the infantry here. You've got Golf 1, this 3-man RHIB team that has made landfall on the southern side, and then another 3-man Blue 4 team moving into the center of the zone. Malin approaching Cheeseburger. Cheeseburger has no idea he's being flanked here, but Cheeseburger's going to run in and utilize that smoke cover to try to do a wide flank around. Zixme, meanwhile, triple timing it back. Could accidentally triple time into this 3-man group. But still as the kill leader with 5 kills here. Cheeseburger might be holding back, definitely doing some medical. Can Malin find him? Oh, at that angle, he can't see him through the bush. Maybe he sees his foot. He does. He sees Cheeseburger on the outline and double taps him so hard, I think he just got sent to hell. Huh. Well, there goes Cheeseburger. Straight down. Malin the admin dematerializes another man out of his game. Can Zixme channel his inner Audrey Hotto and cause a massive amount of casualties to stop Blue 4 from winning the round? Meanwhile, we got this Blue 4 team getting pushed here. Charlotte runs up, gets 1 kill, immediately gets tapped by Bates. Diesmo coming around, getting on Patriot. Can't seem to get the kill. And Patriot comes back with the handgun and gets the kill there. Theon coming around. Bates throws a grenade. Okay, it was a smoke. AK trying to beat out a 240. 240 outlasts. And Zixme's dead. Looks like he got a kill before, but yeah, he dead. Oh well. It was a 249 versus an RPK at CQC. Well, looks like as soon as we tapped out, he died, and now it's just Patriot. Bates got killed off. Patriot has stolen an AK. Let's do a quick number count. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue 4. So blue 4 have somehow still come out on top. That's crazy. Well, no, so Bates down here at a 240. 249 was what got Zixme up there. I prefer the 249 over the 240, but, I mean, some people are set either way, so, you know. Whatever floats your boat, buddy. No. Scandi Recon is not my type of community. Like, it was really, really cool, like, yesterday, but today, you know, it feels like there's something different about it that I don't like anymore, you know? I'm kidding, Dream. I love you. Patriot with an AKM, maybe some stolen GLs. Looks like that's a... no, that might be... I actually have no idea what type of round that is. I love this little Dishka bunker they built, but it's really susceptible to being shot in the ass. Now, Op4 have stolen the boat, and they're pulling it back around. Did Patriot just run up and handgun the guy? Bye, Patriot. How are you alive? What? What? My man just stole an RPK. Now Tackleberry's looking over here with an RPG. Now he looks up. And Patriot just fell off the... No way. What? This is the part where Patriot wakes up and just kills Tackle, or Tackle just immediately taps him with the RPG. I'm waiting for it. The engine has been left running on the vehicle. They're running up and tossing grenades. There's confusion all over the place. Patriot RPGs the bunker. Excuse me. Tackleberry RPGs it, and Patriot is still taking his nap. A little bit on green before they realize it's friendly. Ah, yes, Gravity, the true killer. Bro, they're so confused. Like, where'd he go? Oh, Chris! Chris found him. He's down. Now, Chris needs to claim, holy shit, he came around the corner. I immediately got him, guys. He totally wasn't unconscious. I think you got him. You sure? You want to shoot some more? Maybe you missed. You know, just to clarify. Yeah, that did feel a little personal, right? Just a little. And now we have a little bit of a lull as the final group of Blue 4 tries to push in. Oh, man. Now we wait. So I think Green 4 is sending a few guys to trickle out and find where the main Blue 4 element is here. I think Blue 4 has the room, though, to sit people up here on the edge of the zone and take the sector out from Green 4. Because Green 4 only has, what, 4 or 5 people defending it at a time. Blue 4 have the number advantage, though. Nice P eats that. Oh, what, for the stream? Yeah. I'm too lazy to change it. You're the only person that's noticed in the past 2 years, Charlotte. Good job. All right. Motherfucker. All right. So Green 4 do have a few nice little bunkers they've built on the rooftops here. I'm going to be honest, if I was Blue 4 and I saw something like this, I'd immediately put AT in it. All right, GLs immediately get launched out. What is this disgusting amalgamation? That is an RPK with a PSO site. And it looks disgusting. Why? Why would you make something like that? Nice, see the 12.7 firing up and actually knocks Grav out. And that disgusting abomination of a gun is put to rest. And he still has his damn hand on it. AT fires over at the building. But the bunker has its own flooring, so even if it gets knocked out, it won't do anything. Still 23 minutes. We've got some Green 4 now trying to trickle into the rear of this Blue 4 element. Trying to bypass some of these strong positions. Magic, Gondor. Magic. You see, Ivan, when the scope on LMG, enemy fear for a bit sniper. How you doing, Hog? Always a pleasure to see you. Grav wakes back up, immediately puts shots on his rear, and kills the one Green 4 guy that was coming around. Because of that abomination he's holding. I actually don't know, Peace, but I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, explosive traps go off. Not sure if that inflicted any casualties, though. We got some Blue 4 getting on the rear of where Green 4 is. Iraq with the Tabuk. Gotcha. Zapata gets headshot. Wow, no, trades with Vagrant in a headshot trade. Interesting. Banks knocks out this one Blue 4 gunner out here. Chris coming around. Catches Mito in a bind. Finney, though, trying to assist with suppression. Knock Chris out under a bush. Grenade goes over, gets caught. I think Chris is going to be double tapped. No, he is not, but he is at least knocked out by gunfire. We hear thermite grenades being thrown. Now it is 5 Blue 4 to 4. Nope, 5 Green 4. With one Green 4 guy all the way over here on Overwatch. With a mini-me with a red dot on it. What is this disgusting? Maybe he knocked Grav out. Yeah, now he's trying to shoot the Blue 4 back here. 20 minutes remaining on the round. Jesko over here with an RPK, trying to find an angle. Can't seem to find anyone, though. Lurch with that 240. Technically an FN mag. And he gets his 3rd kill. Blue 4 might actually beat this out. Explosives going off. I think they were trying to get it on Lurch, but that didn't work out. I think the triggerman is Banks, but yeah, he hasn't really resulted in anything. I think he only got one kill with his firearm there. I always love explosive traps, but again, I'd say 80 or 90% of the time they are not effective at all. Another one goes off, it's a miss. Malin desperately trying to friendly wiggle Lurch. And Lurch putting some double tap shots on that body. We got Blue 4 trying to get some guys along the rear of this formation. Slowly encroaching on the sector. Technically, it's 5v5 right now, but one of them is way on Overwatch. I think he's going to start sprinting back. We'll see if he makes it in time. But technically, if all Blue 4 enter the sector, it would start counting it down. Mito kills Tackleberry. Sector is now officially in Blue 4's majority. 90 seconds need to pass now, and Blue 4 will win the game. That might make Green 4 get a little desperate and start moving around. We have Banks trying to... It's Little Banks. That's cute. Might be his son. Ah, nothing like father-son bonding time where you're literally some of the last two men in the AO being surrounded and outgunned, and either of you could get picked off at any moment. What a lovely family bonding activity. Charlotte is going to be after the pizza op tonight, so probably around 8 o'clock, and we're going to be ending it officially at 11, but probably wrap it up a little earlier. Screaming at each other from opposite rooms. Yep. Almost past the 45-second mark. You got Alexander running back. I think it's GG, though. They're playing too defensively. Blue 4 has the number advantage going into the zone. Maybe Chris can come around, but now 40 seconds remaining to tie this up. Chris, I think, got spotted and engaged. This is GG. Peak father-son, yeah, right? Oh, damn, Yanni. "20 seconds. And I think they just got Little Banks. And now they're trying to get Big Banks, and they actually penetrate through the building and get him on a knockout. 10 seconds remaining. It's GG. Leave it to the finish with an FN mag to ruin your family dynamic. And it's GG. All right, guys, we will be back at the top of the hour to see if my player base can out Pizza the Hut. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Why is that? Wait, what? What? Okay. Blue 4 had some people leave the zone, and then Green 4 was able to get in at the last second. And Chris was also able to get back in, and it changed the number advantage here. So it's 5v3. Banks is out for blood. And Banks is dead. And if Marciette leaves the zone, then it's going to start counting back down off the timer again. Yep. Now Alexander leaves the zone as Malin enters it briefly. And Malin gets killed. Chris is the only one in the zone. Reverse ending, yeah, right? It's a 1v4 now, though. Can Chris channel his inner Adriano and beat out the 1v4 and win the match? He already has 3 kills. He's got an AK sight, or PKAS sight. The red dot on his AK. And Blue 4 doesn't seem to realize if they just put one more guy in the damn sector, they'll win after 20 seconds. And Chris doesn't realize he's been shot 7 times. Now 8. And that was an explosion. And he is dead. Blue 4 win. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers. I'll see you at the top of the hour. I want to go get dinner. Have fun.